Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Here we go. Buckle up. It's win or go home for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks as we welcome you to Doran Park in Bourne, Massachusetts. Max Schwartzberg alongside Quincy Bell here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. And Hyannis has been bounced by the Bourne Braves each of the last 4 summers, and Scott Landers has a chance to make it 5 straight with a win tonight over the Harbor Hawks. Last night in Game 1 of the West Division Finals, Hyannis trailed at 1.8-1, scored 8 unanswered runs, and then took a 10-9 lead. But the Bourne Braves with a late rally, Quincy, it was one that was about 4 hours long and a thriller.
That game took a lot out of everyone involved. Each team used 5 pitchers in a game that ended 12-11. Bourne started the game up 9-2 before Hyannis put up 8 unanswered to make it 10-9. But a 3-run double in the 8th inning from Austin Hawk gave the Braves the lead, which they held on to by the slimmest of margins. It's hard to tell how much energy these teams are going to have for Game 2 because Game 1 just took everything out of both squads.
Well, 366 days ago, Hyannis' season ended here at Doran Park at the hands of the Braves. Tonight, Mitch Carricker will send out Liam Canine, making just his second start of the summer going back to the regular season. His first start was all the way back on June 15th. The third game of the season, he struggled then, Quincy, but in the bullpen, he's been really good.
Yeah, he's getting the start again today. It's going to be all hands on deck for manager Mitch Carricker. Couple of arms still available. They have 6 guys they can go to out of the pen, 2 lefties, 4 righties. The primary guys are going to most likely be Bruce Littleton and Kevin Landry Farr, 2 Southern Miss Golden Eagles who have been solid. Mitch Carricker didn't use them in yesterday's game, probably because he really wanted them to go in Game 2.
Scott Landers will hand the baseball to Will Harrigan. Charlie Adams caught up with skipper Mitch Carricker.
Charlie Adams pregame alongside skipper Mitch Carricker ahead of a win-or-go-home game against Bourne. Coach, what's the message to the team?
Enjoy the opportunity. I mean, there's only 4 teams left, and to be one of those 4 is pretty special. And so we have a great opportunity out in front of us against a really good club, and we feel really good about where we're at.
Liam Canine gets the ball today. He finished last summer with the Harbor Hawks. He's been here this summer since day 1. His first appearance this summer was a start, since then out of the bullpen. What did you like of him out of the bullpen to give him the start here tonight?
Yeah, he's been really good for us. Been a kind of a bridge guy most of the summer. With what we have left, he was our best option, and we feel really good about it. I think we're fortunate to still have him. It's a really good arm, and if he can execute his pitches, he's going to give us a good shot to win.
11 runs yesterday. How does the offense replicate it tonight?
Yeah, doing exactly what they did. We took some good walks, put good swings on pitches that we can hit, and ran the bases really well. So if we can do those things, we'll be all right.
All right, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Chaz. Well, Quincy, as you heard Mitch Carricker say, he wants the team to enjoy being in this pressure situation.
Yeah, I mean, he said there's 4 teams left. Hyannis is one of them. A lot of fun still to be had, and you got to treat this like any other game. If you go out there, keep thinking that you're going to make a mistake or you play really uptight, you're just not going to play well. Hyannis needs to just go out, be loose, and play the game they know how to play today.
Well, Hyannis' starting lineup pretty similar to last night, except Caden Miller gets the start. Tyler Lang will start, at least on the bench. Andrew Lamb had a pretty big game yesterday, and Brody Briggs, as much as any Harbor Hawk, wants to beat these Bourne Braves, and our sideline reporters caught up with them.
Catching up with Andrew Lamb ahead of Hyannis' Game 2 between Hyannis and Bourne Braves. Andrew, what's the team's mindset heading into a win-or-go-home game?
Yeah, we know exactly what's on the table tonight, and we just got to be ready from pitch one, just consistent at bats and motivating our pitchers, and both sides of the ball will work well tonight. We'll be seeing y'all tomorrow.
How do you guys make sure that happens, that you guys play good complementary baseball from everyone?
Yeah, it's always a team sport. Everybody motivating everybody, and we're not going to have a lack of talk tonight. We're always going to have energy for each and every play, each and every player that goes out there, and just complete confidence in our guys to go and do the job.
You've had success here at Bourne Park this season. Do you draw on any of that from the regular season, or is it a whole different game with the playoffs and it doesn't matter?
A good mix of both, it's good to know the pressure that's going on, but it's also good to keep it simple and just going out there playing our brand of baseball. But we're going to bring a lot of energy tonight, so we'll be excited.
All right, good luck tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it so much.
Guys.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Brody Briggs. Brody, you're no stranger to facing Bourne in the playoffs. What feels different about being in this position for the second time around?
I think it's just a little bit more intense. I think there's a history from last year, and I think our guys are aware of kind of what went on last year, and we don't like these guys very much. So, yeah.
And there is kind of a bit more riding on this game. What are you telling yourself pregame?
Just the same thing. Just go take control of what I can control and play my game.
And what have you seen from your team this summer that gives you full confidence that you guys can win this series and go on to the championship?
I think we play all sides of the ball really well. We base run well. We play really good defense, and we can hit. So I think just playing our game, we'll be good to go.
Well, good luck to you tonight, and thank you. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Ethan and Sam. Matt Schwartzberg joined alongside Quincy Bell here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network ahead of Game 2 of the Western Division Finals. Well, Quincy, you heard Brody Briggs. This guy wants to win, and he's been in Harbor Hawk since 2025. He comes back in the middle of this season, had a tough end of the regular season in terms of the bat, but this guy has certainly picked it up with the stick here in the playoffs.
He went just 1 for 20 in the regular season behind the plate, but he started all 3 postseason games just because he's so valuable defensively. But in the postseason, he's 3 for 10 with an RBI, 2 runs scored. He's been moving the line across in the bottom of the order, and if there's anyone who's going to be a big leader, a presence in the dugout tonight, it's Brody Briggs.
And you can't say enough about Andrew Lamb, the USC Trojan. Lamb had a big 2-run double yesterday, which brought the score within 1. He also had an RBI on a 10-pitch at-bat earlier. This guy always puts up a great plate appearance for the Harbor Hawks.
Yeah, if there's anybody who can really put his stamp on this series with one swing, it'd be Andrew Lamb. We know he has the home run pop, but ultimately I think for Hyannis it's going to be coming down to if they get a fast start. They got to regather momentum quickly here on the road.
Hyannis and Bourne, first pitch next here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Stay with us.
I think, Dean, they're allowing you to find your own success and your own true independence.
Dean is a whole group of all different kinds of people and communities.
Since I've come to Dean, I've learned a lot of time management skills.
Our community is especially tight-knit, and the majority of our students live on campus. And you are guaranteed 4 years of housing while you attend Dean.
Dean is just full of opportunities for you to embrace, to welcome, so you can change yourself to who you want to be and form your career for the future.
So go through that, all right? Think that way.
Be a bulldog. Have a bulldog mentality in everything you do in life, whether you're playing sports or in the classroom or just socializing around campus.
When it
it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
Back here at Doran Park, a beautiful rendition of the national anthem played on an electric guitar. And it truly is now or never for Hyannis, a win or go home, trying to force Game 3 against Bourne. Quincy, it's an electric atmosphere here at Doran Park.
I mean, you can just feel the tension in this ballpark. Easily over 2,000 fans on hand, mostly wearing red and blue for the Bourne Braves, but there's a decent amount of orange as well along the first base line. We should be in for a fun one tonight. Game 2, Hawks need to win.
A rivalry pretty much as old as time, or at least within the Cape Cod Baseball League. Bourne and Hyannis have met all-time seven times in the postseason. They've met 7 times in the postseason, and the Braves have taken 5 of those 7, looking to make it 6 of 8.
Yeah, it's been a recurring nightmare for the Hawks to see these Braves in the playoffs, but they know they're good enough to beat them. They came so close yesterday. It's got to give you some confidence being down 9-2 and then coming all the way back to the lead. I think you'd be feeling worse if you were a Hawks fan if Bourne just rolled to a 10-run win yesterday.
Will Harrigan on the mound for the Bourne Braves as we get ready for first pitch in moments. Game 2 of the Western Division Finals between Hyannis and Bourne. Bourne leads the Harbor Hawks 1-0. Matt Einish to lead it off. He'll play second base with Jax Jimenez batting second in center field. Charlie Bates bats third at shortstop, and Clay Thompson in right field batting cleanup. Caden Miller, the first baseman, bats fifth, and Andrew Lamb gets the day off defensively in at DH batting sixth. Taylor Kirk will bat seventh and play third base with Brody Briggs batting eighth behind the plate. Nick Dromboski in left field, and batting ninth for Mitch Carricker, a team that is in a do or die game 2.
Watching the Hawks pregame, they seemed loose, ready to go. You could tell they don't want to go home.
This is a Hyannis team that stunned Bourne to take over the Braves for first place in the Western Division during the final week of the season. Bourne lost its last 7 in a row. Hyannis won 12 out of 16 and clawed out of the trenches. A Harbor Hawks team that began the season in 4th place for the first 2 weeks of the summer, then sat pretty at 3rd for a while, moved into 2nd, and then just turned up the dial come late July, early August. They've brought it into the postseason, but losing game 1 of this series, now their back's truly against the wall.
The good news is they have a couple of pitchers available today, although Bourne does as well. Will Harrigan getting the start. Started his summer with the Green Bay Rockers in the Northwoods League, where he had an ERA just above 5 in 22 innings. But here on the Cape, he has been stellar. 12 1/3 innings for Scott Landers and Bourne. 2 earned runs, 1.46 the ERA. You don't see too many guys come from the Northwoods League and almost cut their ERA in half.
Matt Einish to lead it off. He's batted first all 4 games so far this playoffs, this postseason. 2 hits last night, and now 6 out of 14 on the season series against these Bravos. Game 2 of the Western Division Finals. Bourne leading Hyannis 1-0. Will Harrigan out of the stretch comes home with a fastball swung on and missed. And we are underway. First pitch at 6:03 p.m.
Einish with a big cut on that first pitch. He's trying to set the tone.
On an 0-1, he'll take a fastball strike at the top of the zone. Very vocal call from Jeff Kinney behind the plate. Jeff Merzel at first base and Mike O'Leary over at third. Your umpiring crew here in Game 2 of the Western Division Finals. Quick 0-2 count. Pitch on the way. Hyannis checked his swing on a fastball high. Did he go? No, he did not. Mike O'Leary delivers the news down the third base line.
Good job of holding up there by Hyannis. Another fastball above the letters, and he didn't let the bat leak out.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Hyannis swings and misses. Will Harrigan pulls the string, and Hyannis a strikeout to start off the game.
They dropped the changeup by him that time, and it was a good pitch. Sinking down in the zone, Hyannis swung right over the top of it.
In Game 1 of this series last night at McKeon Park, as Jax Jimenez climbs in, Bourne took a thriller. A 12-11 final score in a game that they at one point led 8-1. Hyannis took a 10-9 lead after the 6th inning as Jimenez swats it foul off to the left, out of play, 0-1. Hyannis had the momentum, and then Bourne a 3-run top of the 8th inning to overtake the Harbor Hawks. Hyannis got one in the last of the 9th, but could not complete the comeback. 0-1 the count. Jimenez, switch hitter, batting from the left side. Swings and taps it on the ground up the middle to the backhand. Rustin Rigdon can't get it. It's into center field and a base hit.
The second baseman.
Yeah, the key for the Hawks today is going to be starting quickly. It was 6-0 Bourne in the blink of an eye yesterday. Hyannis did a good job of playing from behind yesterday, but they don't want to have to do that today.
Charlie Bates standing in. Austin Hawk at third base, Riker Wade at short. You just heard Rigdon at second and Max Farrell at first. In the outfield, left to right, Justin Osterhaus, Matt Bolton, and Luke Costello as Bryce Estep does the catching for Will Harrigan. Speed on first base as Bates takes a changeup low, 1-0. During the regular season, Jax Jimenez led Hyannis with 14 swipes. And he's already got a pretty healthy lead over at first base. 1 out, 1 on here in the top of the first inning without a score. Game 2 of the Western Division Finals. 1-0 changeup at the knees, and the count level 1-1 as Harrigan doubled up.
I'm interested to see how aggressive Hyannis looks to be on the bases today. Jimenez with a pretty large lead at first base.
Harrigan noticed, picked over, and Jimenez back just ahead of the tag from Max Farrell. Bates was 1 for 6 last night with an RBI, but he struck out looking with the bases loaded to end the game. And Matt Hyannis was on second base representing the tying run in the bottom of the 9th. Huge lead for Jimenez. Not running. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball blew it by Bates as Harrigan jumps ahead 1-2.
Yeah, he's not afraid of attacking the top of this Hawks order. Elevated fastball to a couple hitters now.
Harrigan peers in for his sign and comes set. The righty kicks and fires. A fastball, swing and a miss. Back-to-back heaters and 2 strikeouts in the inning. Clay Thompson coming up with Jimenez still on first.
Bates with a reactionary swing that time. He knew the fastball was going to be right down the middle, so he put a late swing on it, but the ball was already in the glove of the catcher, Bryce Estep.
An RBI double last night for Clay Thompson. As Jimenez was leaning the other direction, the throw gets away briefly, but it hit off the first base umpire, Jeff Merzel, which kept Jimenez at first. And now, Jeff Merzel just taking some time to walk it off, but Bourne catches a break right there.
That is really unfortunate for Hyannis. That throw was going to get away up the line. With how fast Jimenez is, he could be standing on third base right now. Really just unlucky break here early.
2 errors last night for the Bravos at McKeon Park in Game 1, but they still took the win, 12-11. Throw over to first base, and Jimenez is back with a head-first dive. He's been getting dirty.
And at the very least, he's keeping Will Harrigan occupied, clouding his mind with the cleanup hitter Thompson at the plate.
Finally, the first pitch to Thompson, and it's a changeup at the knees, 0-1. Clay Thompson had some questions for the home plate umpire, Jeff Kinney.
It was right at the knees. A good take, I think, by Thompson. He wasn't going to do much with that pitch, but it was delivered in just the perfect spot from Harrigan.
Jimenez gets a big lead over at first base. 0-1 the count. Pitch on the way. Thompson takes a fastball high, although Bryce Eastep, the backstop, certainly loved it from Harrigan and pointed his fist right back at his pitcher.
I think you're going to see Jimenez go for second at some point in this at-bat. He's been getting very antsy over there.
Jimenez coming off his sophomore year at Oregon, but as a freshman, he was essentially the designated pinch runner, and he gets picked off here. Will Harrigan firing to Max Farrell, and Hyannis runs itself into an out. No runs a hit, no errors in, nobody left. We're heading.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Back here in the bottom of the first inning after Hyannis had a one-out base runner, Jax Jimenez was picked off at first base. Liam Canine on the mound for the Harbor Hawks. He'll face Riker Waite, Rustin Rigdon, and Matt Bolton at the top. Luke Costello, Justin Osterhaus, and Max Farrell, 4-5-6. Austin Hawk, who was 5 for 5 last night. Gabriel Milano and Bryce Eastep, the 7-8-9 hitters for Scott Landers and Bourne.
Yeah, Canine's going to need to find something on the mound to give the Hawks some momentum. He's been pretty up and down as a starter this year, or as a pitcher this year, I should say. He had one start at the beginning of the year, didn't really pitch great, but as a reliever, he was pretty solid. He's probably going to be used for, I'd imagine, 3 innings, and if he gets into any trouble, Mitch Carricker is going to go to somebody else. But Canine has stuff to go deep into this game.
Waite started back in the 3rd game of the summer, and then high 1-0. Waite was a day 1 Bravo this summer, although he left for a couple weeks to join Team USA and then came back. You don't see that too often here on the Cape. It's usually Team USA, then you're out. 1-0 faster. The only other guy I could think of is Hogan Denny from Cotuit.
And he didn't even play in the playoffs. He was gone after the last day of the regular season.
1-1 foul back to the screen, and Canine out to the 1-ball, 2-strike advantage. Riker Waite was only retired once last night. Pair of doubles and a couple hit by pitches. And on 1-2, he taps it on the ground, right side of the infield. Matt Einish flips underhanded to Caden Miller for out number 1. Over at third, Taylor Kirk, and at short, Charlie Bates. You just heard the right side of the infield of Einish and Miller. Left to right in the outfield, Nick Dromboski, Jax Jimenez, and Clay Thompson. Brody Briggs doing the catching for Liam Canine. Rustin Rigdon standing in as Canine kicks and fires a fastball. Beautiful over the outside corner, nothing in 1. Towards the back half of the summer, Canine became a high-leverage bullpen arm for Mitch Carricker. A couple really nice long relief outings. 0-1 pitch, skipped in and got a piece of Rustin Rigdon. A yanked curveball and a 1-out base runner as Rigdon on with the hit-by-pitch.
The hit-by-pitch was a problem for Hyannis yesterday. They hit 4 Bourne Brave hitters, and 3 times that guy came around to score.
Especially in those later innings, they were especially costly. Here's Matt Bolton, one of 3 true lefties in this starting order. As Canine steps off, Brody Briggs is receiving a pitch comm instruction from Mitch Carricker in the dugout. Looked like they weren't on the same page. Rustin Rigdon takes his lead over at first, pretty big. Canine comes home, and the first pitch, flied foul, back to the screen, 0-1. Rigdon stole 2 bags in each of the first 2 innings last night.
He's got a big lead.
Canine noticed, tossed over to Caden Miller. Last night was just kind of a video game baseball game. The amounts of at-bats with runners in scoring position was otherworldly. Bourne had 23. Hyannis had 16. Rigdon's running. The pitch is a ball. The throwdown from Briggs. Skips in off of Charlie Bates. And Rustin Rigdon swipes second base.
Picked a good pitch to go on. It was low. Briggs did his best to get it down there, but just not quite good enough.
Matt Bolton homered last night in the second inning, a 3-run shot. And on 1-1, he will line it to left center. That's in for a base hit. Rigdon being waved around. The throw to the plate from Drumboski up the third base line. And Bourne takes a 1-0 lead in the last of the first inning.
Well, Matt Bolton got the party started in a big way yesterday with the 3-run home run to make it 6-0 in the second, and already he has his fingerprints on this game. Good piece of hitting there to the opposite field. Rustin Rigdon with the speed. Drumboski had no chance to get him at home.
Luke Costello standing in for the Bravos. Here's Canine. Fastball outside, 1-0. You could argue that Bourne has the most day one guys still here. And especially since the playoffs started, a lot of Harbor Hawks who were day one Hawks have left. But Bourne, lots of turnover. The runner goes on 1-0. The pitch is a ball. The throwdown from Briggs, not in time. Just ahead of the tag from Matt Einish.
Canine is going to need to do a better job of keeping these runners at bay. That's 2 guys that have just had basically free runs to second off him where Briggs didn't have a chance.
Brody Briggs, one of the best defensive catchers in the country. Last summer with Hyannis, he threw out 14 guys. On a 2-0, Costello taps it foul behind the plate. 2 balls in 1 strike. Last night's game, 3 hours and 51 minutes, largely because of early Bourne rallies. And then Hyannis scored those 8 unanswered runs between the 5th and 6th innings. Canine looks back at Matt Bolton and comes home. Breaking ball spat on by Costello, 3-1. Luke Costello's brother Andrew was also a Brave this summer. He actually led the Cape League in average until he left about 2 weeks ago. First at-bat with runners in scoring position tonight for Bourne. 3-1. Fastball, called strike over the inside corner, and the count full.
It's a good bounce-back pitch from Canine, getting this count full. He's got to come at these hitters.
Bourne hitting just over 300 with guys in scoring position on the season series against the Harbor Hawks. That's 6 games. 3-2, swing and a miss. Canine pumps a fastball by Costello, and there's out number 2.
From Alabama, number 31, Justin.
It's a big pitch. We mentioned how I need to come right at him, and that's what he did. Fastball just right there. Costello was thinking breaking stuff, and Canine gets an all-important.
Justin Osterhaus digging into the left-handed batter's box. He was with Bourne last summer, and now gets another taste of the Cape for Scott Landers. Bolton still on second. First pitch is fouled back. 0-1. June 27th. Check over at second base as Canine spins and fires to Charlie Bates. But Matt Bolton is back standing. Bourne on top of Hyannis. 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. An RBI single for Matt Bolton, who's now on second base. Here's the 0-1. Osterhaus swings, taps it on the ground to Matt Hyannis. The second baseman makes the throw to first in time for the final out of the inning. But the Braves on top early. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We head to the top of the second inning. 1-0 Bourne on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping...
On the top of the second inning, 4-5-6 due up as Will Bourne took a 1-0 lead in the bottom half of the first. An RBI knock from Matt Bolton. And Hyannis playing from behind in a win-or-go-home Game 2. 4-5-6 due up against Will Harrigan. Clay Thompson, Caden Miller, and Andrew Lamb.
This past year at Columbia, Harrigan was effective but struggled with walks. He had 29 walks to 31 strikeouts in 33 innings. So if I'm Mitch Carricker, I'm advising these Hawks to come up with a patient approach. Clay Thompson is a guy who loves to take his walks as much as anyone. So
Bravos leading Hyannis 1-0 now in the top of the second inning. Clay Thompson digging in to lead it off against Will Harrigan. Harrigan out of Syracuse, New York, and an Ivy guy out of Columbia. So you don't see this too often. Both starters in the Ivy League. Liam Canine for the Harbor Hawks out of Princeton. Harrigan, a Columbia Lion. Thompson swings at the 1-0 and swats it foul off to the right out of play. The count will level. A ball and a strike apiece with nobody on, nobody out. Top of the second inning. Freshman year, just 5 bullpen appearances, so a small taste of the NCAA. 1-1 the count, pitch on the way. Thompson takes a changeup at the knees. 1-2. Did not love the call from the home plate umpire, Jeff Kinney.
It's a good pitch from Harrigan. He's been able to locate that changeup down in the zone multiple times so far.
Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball up and away. Count even 2-2. As a sophomore at Columbia, his role grew, but the results were a bit of a grind. An ERA just north of 7. And it didn't get much better this past spring. He really just struggled with hits allowed in command. 2-2. Thompson pops it up right side of the infield. Max Farrell in foul territory. First baseman makes the catch for out number 1.
The first baseman from
Thompson just got jammed that time. Pitch on the inner edge and couldn't do much with it but pop it up.
1 out. Here comes Caden Miller, who did not start last night against the Braves, although he came in the 9th inning. Pinch hit for Brody Briggs and flew out to left. Hyannis trailing 1-0 in this game and 1-0 on this series, and a win or go home for the Harbor Hawks, trying to force Game 3. Harrigan comes home. First pitch, fastball at the top of the zone, 0-1. So after a tough start to his collegiate tenure, he goes to the Northwoods League this past summer and figures it out, at least in terms of strikeouts, as Miller swings and fouls it off at the plate, 0-2. The first time in his career a K per 9 over 10. And the question is, how does that translate to the Cape, the premier summer league in the country? And he's got his answer. He's been a highlight of Scott Lander's rotation, an ERA well south of 2, and he's really limited hits, which is something that he's always struggled with. As Miller checked his swing on a ball downstairs, did he go? No, he did not. Mike O'Leary makes the call over at third. Hyannis and Bourne specifically, 2 teams that have made some great pickups after other summer leagues have ended.
It's part of why they're still around.
1-2 the count. Pitch on the way. Miller takes at the knee. Strike 3 called. 2 quick outs here in the top of the second inning, and up comes Andrew Lamb.
Number 9, Andrew Lamb.
This guy is just locating out there. Harrigan is putting every single pitch exactly where he wants it. And Hyannis is really struggling to, put good bat on the ball. The only hit from Jimenez in the first was kind of a ground ball that just snuck through.
First pitch to Lamb. Breaking ball at the top, 0-1. Lamb was a midseason pickup for Hyannis. His first game in the middle of July, and he's been a staple throughout this entire back half of the summer. Really impressed with the power as he taps the 0-1 foul into the Harbor Hawks dugout. They're housed on the first base side here at Doran Park. 1-0 Braves here in the top of the second inning. Will Harrigan looking to face the minimum for a second consecutive frame. Oh, 0-2. Here's the pitch. Lamb takes a breaking ball. Called strike 3. Right over the outside corner. 1-2-3, top of the second inning for Will Harrigan. We're heading to the bottom half. 1-0 Braves on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, hump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else. Construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
Back here in Bourne, last of the second inning, the Bravos leading the Harbor Hawks 1-0 in this game and 1-0 on this series. It's win or go home for Hyannis. Looking to force a Game 3 tomorrow at McKeon Park in Hyannis. Max Farrell, Austin Hawk, and Gabriel Milano scheduled to face Liam Canine, who allowed a single to Matt Bolton that plated Rustin Rigdon to give the Braves the 1-0 advantage.
From San Diego State, number 5.
It's been a death by a thousand cuts approach for Scott Landers and Bourne in this series. Farrell 1 for 6 last night, and he will take way up and in. That got a piece of him. Second hit by pitch of the game in as many innings. A leadoff base runner for the Bravos here in the bottom of the second.
The hit by pitch was really a problem for Hyannis at the start of the year, but really in July you didn't see it at all. But it's rearing its ugly head here in the postseason. That's already 2 today, and it was really an issue yesterday with 4.
Austin Hawk, essentially the Braves' hero last night in the 12-11 thriller that took 3 hours, 51 minutes. First pitch from Canine is low, 1-0. He hit 9th and went 5 for 5, scored 3 runs, and plated 4.
When you get that from your 9-hitter, there's a good chance you're going to win.
Canine checks over at Farrell, and he's back with a head-first dive. Leadoff base runner for the Bravos in the last of the second, leading the Harbor Hawks 1-0. It was a game that Hyannis scored 8 unanswered runs to take a lead, but then Bourne with a 3-run top of the 8th inning thanks to this guy. Bases clearing double. 1-0 will have to wait. Another check over at first. Farrell is back standing. Liam Canine started Game 3 of the summer against Harwich back on June 15th. Got really roughed up and then became a bullpen arm for Mitch Carricker for the rest of the summer. 1-0 is well high, 2-0. But he really found his stride down the stretch and turned into one of the better high-leverage arms for a bullpen that in the last week plus of the season was nails. Two stolen bases in this game so far for the Braves. It's just the bottom of the second inning as the 2-1 pitch is flown foul off to the right and out of play.
The wind continues to blow around here. Pretty healthy out toward left field. Bourne Park is pretty deep, but the wind could help a ball get out.
I mentioned in the top of this inning, but both starters out of Ivy Leagues. Will Harrigan for Bourne out of Columbia, and Liam Canine, the Princeton Tiger. You really don't see that too often here on the Cape.
Not too many Ivy League guys, but both of them have been very productive for their respective teams.
Canine, a local to Mass out of Lexington, BC High, and Dorchester. 2-1 the count. The pitch is tapped on the ground to third base. Taylor Kirk on a high hop goes to second for one. Hyannis to first. He'll have no throw. A really hard slide from Max Farrell. Still probably was not going to have a chance to get Hawk. He's got speed. So the two will trade places. Hawk on first base went out in the inning, and up comes Gabriel Milano.
I think that is a clean slide over there at second. Hyannis was a little bit in front of the bag, and Farrell has the right to slide in there.
Milano did not start last night, although he pinch hit for Ryan Pikatowski in the 8th inning and was hit by a pitch. Swings and misses for strike one. So Canine out of BC High, played both baseball and hockey. And he's one of Princeton's most trusted arms. The 0-1, called strike at the knees, 0-2. But the path to that status wasn't a straight line. And it started with a demotion all the way back in high school. As a sophomore, he was sent down to JV, and his coach told him his approach was well too fastball heavy. As the pitch skips in, a nice block from Brody Briggs, 1-2 the count. So basically his message, develop the off speed or your career is going to stall. Developed a curveball, developed a really good changeup, and then was lights out throughout the back half of high school. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. This time it's that dominant heater at the top of the zone. Second strikeout of the day for out number 2 for Liam Canine.
Yeah, he still has the heater, and I think he might need to lean on it today. He's been bouncing the curveball in front of the plate. I think when in doubt today, he's going to have to go to that heater.
That'll bring up the number 9 man, Bryce Eastep, who did not play last night in game 1. Bourne leading 1-0 in this one and 1-0 on the series, looking to go 2 and barbecue for Hyannis. First pitch is a strike. Good bender, 0-1. Last summer, Bourne won game 3 after falling behind 1-0. One here at Doran Park and then one at McKeon Park to take that series. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball high. And Bourne has bounced Hyannis from the playoffs each of the last 4 summers. So there's a bit of bad blood here between the Harbor Hawks and Scott Landers and his Braves. Austin Hawk still over at first base. 1-1 the count. Canine comes home. Fastball right down the heart. One ball, 2 strikes to the number 9 man, Eastep. We already talked about Hawk, who's over at first base. He hit 9th and was 5 for 5 last night. If they can get any production from this spot tonight, that'll be huge for Bourne. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball just past Briggs. And Austin Hawk will move up 90 feet on a wild pitch.
You don't see too many of those get past Brody Briggs. I think this will be ruled a wild pitch, but I think Briggs knows he should have that one on the pick. It does come with 2 out. Canine still 2 strikes on Eastep here. All he's got to do is go back and attack him.
12 free passes last night for Hyannis in the 12-11 loss. They did have a wild pitch. Another at-bat with a runner in scoring position for the Bravos. 2-2, fouled back to the screen. A fastball. Eastep was right on it. Last night, Bourne had, get this, 23 at-bats with runners in scoring position against the Harbor Hawks. Truly conceptualizes how crazy the game was as Kaneen spins off the mound and tosses it over to Matt Einish. Hawk was about 2 steps off the bag, just lazily gets there standing.
I know I said he's got to keep runners at bay, but 2 strikes. Come after the batter here.
2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Fastball high and the count full. Earlier on in the summer, the walks were a big struggle for Liam Kaneen. Towards the back end, here's the 1-1. Bender to the inside corner with the front door. 1-2.
Yeah, this guy has crushed the ball in the postseason. 2 hits in each game. He's the perfect guy to start things and lead off with a hit for the Hawks with the way he's been hitting.
On a 1-2. Kirk swings and lines it to center field. Matt Bolton combing over. He'll make the catch on the sinking liner by the shoestrings for out number 1.
It's a good catch there by Bolton. I thought maybe he would need to dive to get to this one, but just full sprint, made the catch while leaning over. If that got past him, it really would have been trouble, but a nice catch there.
Here's Brody Briggs. Got a hit in each of the first 3 games this playoffs. He only recorded 1 hit on the regular season through 7. Swings at the first pitch and grounds it foul outside of first. Of course, a very much so defensive catcher, so anything he does do in the box is just a bonus, but I think he's just got so much value with what he adds to a battery, the way he really commands a pitching staff. He's getting the start every single day of the playoffs, and there's no indication that that's going to stop. Believe he snapped his twig, and he heads over to the bat for to the dugout for a new shillelagh.
We saw some drama with the bat yesterday. A couple of broken bats. Charlie Bates let the bat slip out of his hands during the last at-bat of the game. It's the playoffs. Brody Briggs. If he can do any damage, it's going to be with a clean bat, that's for sure.
So he's got a new twig. And in an 0-1 deficit, 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 3rd inning. Bourne leading Hyannis 1-0. Harrigan, the righty, comes home. Briggs spits on a fastball low, 1-1. A day 1 Harbor Hawk in 2025. Got here a couple weeks ago. Here's the 1-1. Briggs takes low, 2-1. Top prospect out of Oklahoma and the everyday starting catcher at Arizona State. Hyannis bench coach Rich Cogliano said it plainly. Brody is as close that he's ever gotten to a player. Those two have a special relationship. As Briggs takes a strike on 2-1. Did not love the call from Jeff Kinney. He's got a couple questions. Count even 2-2.
He was shaking his head as soon as that slider came on the upper outside corner. Not going to change the plate umpire's mind, but that was a really close pitch.
2-2 the count. The pitch on the way. Briggs takes low, 3-2. So Bourne has bounced Hyannis in the postseason each of the last 4 summers. And Brody, of course, was here last summer. And he went back to Tempe his sophomore year. A little bit of a decrease in production from his freshman campaign, at least at the plate. But that feeling of an early playoff exit just didn't go away, as he will take ball 4 low, a 1-out walk for the Harbor Hawks.
Yeah, we mentioned it pregame. If there's anyone to be a vocal leader or know the stakes at hand, it would be Brody Briggs. And that's a big league at bat right there. A bunch of really close takes. Earns the walk for Droboski, who has been swinging a nice bat in the postseason.
Coach Cogliano told us a couple weeks ago that when he learned that Briggs was coming, it was via Briggs himself. Here's the first pitch. Swung on, tap foul at the plate from Nick Dromboski, the number 9 man. That walk is our free pass of the game, presented by Cape Cod Community College. Go to Cape Cod Community College for free. Every program, no tuition or fees for those that qualify. CapeCod.edu/free for more. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch to Dromboski. He takes a breaking ball strike over the outside corner, 0-2. So Rich Cogliano gets a call from Brody, and Brody goes, let's win a expletive championship. This guy is bought in.
It's the attitude I want from my catcher.
Here's the 0-2. Drumboski takes well up and away. Fastball that got away from Harrigan. So Brody drove his car all the way from his home in Tulsa, Oklahoma, here to the Cape towards the back end of July.
That's a drive.
Did not stop. And has been making a huge difference already. On a 1-2, Drumboski taps it on the ground, right side of the infield. Rustin Rigdon gloves it, but he cannot hold on. He was twirling and tried to go for the pirouette, but the ball came out of his glove, and it'll be an infield single. Hyannis has something brewing here in the top of the third inning.
Top of the order now batting.
Two great at-bats there from Drumboski and Briggs, putting the ball in play. Just so you guys know how bought in Brody Briggs is, a quick Google search tells me that it's 24 hours and 25 minutes to drive from Hyannis to Tulsa,
Did
Oklahoma.
not stop.
Whole day, 24 hours. He wants to win.
Top of the order, Matt Einish, the recipient of strike one at the knees. 2 on and 1 away here in the top of the third. Top of the third, Bourne on top of Hyannis. 1-0 in Game 2 of the Western Division Finals. It's win or go home for the Harbor Hawks. 0-1 pitch to Einish is a fastball low. Count level 1-1. Einish was the tying run on second base in the bottom of the ninth last night when Charlie Bates struck out looking. And he'll take a 1-1 changeup high. 2-1 the count. Einish has batted first each of the first 4 games of this playoffs for Mitch Carricker. It's been a staple at the top of the order since he got here at the end of June. Ahead in the count, here's the 2-1. He swats it foul off to the left, out of play. The count even 2-2.
Einish deserves as much credit as anyone for bringing the Harbor Hawks to the #1 seed in the division, because he really just grew into that leadoff role, took a ton of walks, and was getting on a ton to start innings.
Hyannis hitting .266 on the season series with guys in scoring position. 2-2 down in the dirt, and a nice stop from Bryce Estep to keep both runners at bay.
He jumped out of the crouch and got his chest to the ball. It's what you're taught as a catcher. Keeps 2 important runners at first and second.
I mentioned last night in that marathon 4-hour game, Bourne had 23 at-bats with guys in scoring position. Hyannis had 16. Both runners go in a double steal. Einish taps it foul outside of first. We'll do it again.
And Hyannis really trying to push things right now. Double steal hit and run with 1 out. Can't afford to ground into a double play here.
Certainly Einish, though, will be a tough candidate. He can really get down the line, and he swings it from the left side, so he's already heading in that direction. Second on the teams during the regular season in stolen bases. Briggs on second, Drumboski on first. 3-2 the count. The pitch to Einish will have to wait as Harrigan spins off and tosses over to Riker Waite. Brody Briggs is back standing.
Not a bad idea to check on him after they were moving last pitch.
Three and two. Again, we'll have to wait. Another check from Harrigan. The pitch clock is essentially at 0, and it seems like he's just not ready, so he has to spin off. Of course, there's no disengagement rule in the Cape Cod Baseball League.
At the very least, Briggs is keeping his attention away from the batter.
Payoff pitch, both runners go, and Einish swats it back to the screen.
I don't think Brody Briggs knew the double steal was on until Drumboski almost caught up to him at second base. He got a really late jump off of second, so a good thing Einish didn't strike out, or else he would have been dead to rights at third base.
Briggs is the leading lady. Hyannis has been stellar with guys in scoring position in the postseason, hitting well over 400 On a 3-2, Hyannis takes the fastball low for ball 4, and the bases will be loaded for Jax Jimenez.
3 straight just professional plate appearances from Briggs, Stromboski, and now Hyannis. Bases loaded with just 1 out, and Jax Jimenez has come up clutch time and time again for these Hawks. He's by far their most productive hitter with the bases loaded, 2 for 3 in the regular season, and had a big hit in Game 2 against Katuitt.
Here we go. Bases flocked with Hawks. First pitch from Harrigan. Jimenez swings, taps it foul outside of first. 0-1. You talk about coming up clutch. He already did it 24 hours ago. His knock in the bottom of the 9th inning plated a run that brought Hyannis within 1. Briggs on third, Stromboski on second, and Matt Hyannis on first. Here's the 0-1. Jimenez swings and swats it foul off to the left, out of play, and quickly falls behind. No balls in 2 strikes.
Yeah, the one thing he can't do if you're Jimenez right here is strike out. Anything close, he's got to put a bat on it.
Hyannis was 9th in the Cape League with the bases loaded during the regular season. Just 1 extra base hit. It was a double. 5 out of 29 as a whole. Harbor Hawks on every base, down 1-0 in the top of the 3rd. The 0-2, Jimenez swings and torches it foul just to the right of the first base bag.
You can already feel the tension starting to build, especially from the Hawks fans, who have come out in numbers along the first base line, down 1-0. This could be one of the biggest at-bats in the game when we look back at this one afterwards.
Win or go home for Hyannis. Harrigan taking a look at his pitch comm. Appears to be calling his own game. You don't see that too often, but he's earned it from Scott Landers. 0-2 the count. The pitch. Jimenez spits on a changeup low, 1-2.
And the one was close, down and in, but another good take from Jimenez.
Jimenez started over 20 consecutive games down the stretch in the regular season and has been an anchor at the 2 spot in this batting order. Here's the 1-2. He'll take a curveball just high, and the count even, 2-2.
And Harrigan's lucky that he didn't leave that one in the middle of the zone. That's not where he wanted that pitch.
On a 2-2, Jimenez swings and misses, strike 3. Backdoor bender and a huge out number 2 for Will Harrigan.
Perfectly located pitch. You got to tip your cap to the pitcher that time. And now Bates, who has struggled a little bit, can make that all go away here, 2 out.
Well, what a story this is turning out to be. As Scott Landers heads out to the mound, presumably will give a scouting report on Bates. There is active warming in the Bourne bullpen, but it doesn't look like anybody is hot.
Harrigan has had to work in these first 2 2/3. That last pitch to Jimenez, his 52nd. We'll have to see. Bourne does have a couple of their top relievers available today. Scott Landers has taken a while out there. Maybe he's given his guy time to warm up. Never mind. It looks like it's going to be Harrigan's at bat right here.
Well, in a situation like this, come the end of the game, these are the at-bats we come back to. Kind of a no-brainer to have the skipper deliver the scouting report. But I was saying a bit of a story with Bates being up. He struck out looking last night in the bottom of the 9th inning with the tying run on second base. A day 1 Harbor Hawk in both 2026 and 2025. First pitch, swings and sends it down the left field line. Long run for Justin Osterhaus, the left fielder, in foul territory, leaps and gets there for out number 3. Hyannis strands, the bases loaded. No runs on a hit, no errors in 3 left before we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. We're joined by Ethan Wax.
Thanks, guys. Ahead of tonight's game, I had the chance to catch up with Harbor Hawks pitching coach Ray Korn. I asked him what it will take for the Hawks to come away with a win tonight and give themselves another opportunity to close out this series. Korn told me that despite some major roster changes, the mindset remains simple. Come in with the right mindset and find ways to put the ball in play offensively. On the mound, he said the key will be to attacking the strike zone and executing quality pitches. If the Hawks can do those things consistently tonight, Korn believes they'll put themselves in a good position to come away with the win. Thanks, and back to you guys.
Either Ethan Wax's voice changed or I totally screwed up and that was just not him. That was definitely Sam Guarini. Thanks for the great report, Sam. We're heading to the bottom of the third inning, and the Braves leading the Harbor Hawks 1-0 here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. We'll be back to the top of the order. Riker Waite, Rustin Rigdon, and Matt Bolton scheduled to face Liam Caneen.
Caneen has looked okay to start this game. A run in the first inning, but after the leadoff hit by pitch in the second, back-to-back strikeouts to end the frame. So if he looks strong to start the second time through, it's going to be a good sign for Hyannis moving forward. They just got to keep this deficit at 1 for as long as possible before the bats really get a good chance.
Huge missed opportunity for Hyannis in the top half of this inning. They had the bases loaded with 1 out. Jax Jimenez struck out swinging, and Charlie Bates flew out to left. Bourne clinging on to a 1-0 lead here in the last of the third in the game and on this series, looking to make Hyannis go 2 in barbecue and knock the Harbor Hawks from the postseason for a 5th consecutive summer. Riker Waite, the top of the order for the second time tonight against Liam Caneen. The righty comes home with a first pitch fastball at the knees, 0-1. Waite grounded out to Matt Einish in the bottom of the first inning, his first time up. Caneen comes home with a fastball up and away, 1-1.
Caneen has really located the fastball well. That one was nicely placed. He just missed it up and away. I think you're going to probably see him lean on the heater this inning.
On a 1-1, Waite swings and sends it to shallow right field. Coming in cleanly, but not in time. Clay Thompson cannot get there. A hit to no man's land and a leadoff runner for the Braves.
Yeah, Waite did not hit that one well off the handle, but just looped it in the perfect spot.
Rustin Rigdon was hit by a pitch and scored the only run in this game, his first time up. 1 of 2 hit batsmen so far for Liam Caneen through the first 2+ as Caneen checks over on Riker, and he's back with a headfirst dive. Another throw over to first. This one a little bit closer as Bourne has stolen a lot in this series. They stole 2 bases in the first inning, and in the first 2 innings of yesterday's game combined, they stole 3. Rigdon swings at the 0-1 first pitch and fouls it down the third base line.
Another fastball up and in for Caneen.
Has developed off-speed pitches, as we talked about, through the back end of high school, but still will always be a fastball pitcher as he almost airmails Caden Miller on the pickoff attempt over at first. And I believe they're going to assess a balk. Jeff Merzell, I'm not sure what he said, but he said something was not working. We're going to move him over, but Riker Way isn't going. So
he pointed somewhere.
I'm not sure what that was. I think it's the pitch clock is off. Riker Waite starts and stops. Pitch is high, 1-1.
Yeah, there's a pitch clock beneath the scoreboard in right field and behind home plate.
Both are off.
So I think Merzell, the first base umpire, is going to keep it on his own clock.
Waite dancing at first base. 1-1 the pitch. Rigdon rips it into right field, a base hit. Station to station as Riker stops at second. Bourne has something brewing here in the last of the third.
There's action in the Hyannis bullpen. The righty Kevin Landry Farr is taking some pitches. I think you're going to see him come into this game sooner rather than later. That's the first two guys that have seen Canine for the second time. They both got singles. Not really much time to waste if you're Hyannis. Corners are playing in, expecting a bunt right now.
Back-to-back knocks to start the bottom of the third. Bourne on top 1-0. It's Matt Bolton, who had the RBI single in the first. He'll spit on a breaking ball low, 1-0. Bourne played small ball yesterday. Of course, they had a couple big swings, but when they were up 8-2, they dropped some bunts down. Bolton had the big 3-run shot in the second inning of yesterday's game, and he'll swing and miss on the 1-0. The count level, a ball and a strike apiece with Riker Waite on second and Rustin Rigdon on first. Here's the 1-1. He swings and grounds it foul outside of first. A advantage count for Liam Canine here, who's now 41 pitches deep through 2+. Packed Doran Park, and a winner go home for Hyannis. On a 1-2. Bolton swats it foul off to the left, out of play. The battle continues. Bourne 1 for 4 with guys in scoring position in this game.
Canine looks determined to pound that fastball up and in until he either gets a swing and a miss or a lazy pop-up.
Best of both worlds would be something on the ground. Here's the 1-2. It's a fastball high. And the count even 2-2. Hyannis turned 18 double plays during the regular season. That's 7th in the Cape League. Waite on second, Rigdon on first, 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Liam Canine goes to Uncle Chuck for out number 1.
And he picked the perfect time to mix up the heater trend and go to the breaking stuff. Bolton was way out ahead of that one.
I'll bring up Luke Costello, who was the first strikeout victim against Liam Canine. Now 4 punchies. Canine comes home. Both runners go on a double steal. The pitch is tap foul behind the plate. That was a steal initiated by Riker Waite, as Rustin Rigdon just saw, observed, and then did it.
Yeah, he was getting pretty jumpy over there at second. Had a really big jump that time. If that pitch would have gone through, Brody Briggs would have had no chance to get him at third.
Bourne on top, 1-0 here in the bottom of the third, but looking to add on. Here's the 0-1. It's sent in the air to right field. Clay Thompson drifting back, sizing it up, making the catch. Riker Waite will bluff. There's out number 2.
It's big right there. Just a weak fly ball to right field. Clay Thompson was going to come up throwing if Waite decided to go to third. No sense risking that with the 2 outs. He just stays at second. Back-to-back big outs from Canine here. I'm pretty sure the third inning will be his last. So just one more clean batter to get to before Hyannis can hand things to Farr in the middle innings.
Justin Osterhaus has other plans. First pitch, breaking ball down in the dirt, and an unbelievable stop from Brody Briggs, who went left to right, post to post, if you will, to keep both runners at bay.
Looked like a hockey goalie that time.
In another life.
I would trust Brody Briggs between the pipes.
I trust Brody Briggs with my life. Rigdon on second, Rigdon on first, and Waite on second. The 1-0 is fouled in the air down the left field line off the roof of the snack bar. Got the Brave Burger there. That's a burger between 2 Uncrustables.
Very, very interesting delicacy choice.
Although now with shrinkflation, it's just 1 Uncrustable cut in half. Last year, it was 2. Both runners go. The pitch is a ball to throw down from Briggs. Oh, you better believe it. Brody Briggs guns down. Riker Waite, and Hyannis is out of the third unscathed. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We're heading to the 4th. 1-0 Bravos on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
This week we've been working a lot with doing play-by-plays, just doing behind-the-scenes stuff with sports broadcasting, which I never really realized how much went into it, but it's been really cool.
They've grown a lot. I've never really done like a program like this before, so like seeing all the behind-the-scenes has like really grown.
I've learned how to really just gain confidence in my play-by-play speaking, and I've learned more terms here when it comes to directing and producing, and I've just had a great time with John Rook.
Doing the play-by-play stuff and all that, being with a guy like John Rook, understanding what like the major kind of entails doing this camp, just really a preview for what you do here at Dean or any other college doing broadcasting, so I'm definitely more prepared to make this a job of mine.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Welcome to the 4th inning, presented by our folks at the Goldberg Law Group PC. Did you know that Goldberg Law Group is the Cape's premier personal injury law firm? They've been serving Cape and the Islands for more than 38 years, and they're proud to support the local events, organizations, and traditions that make this community so special. As the Cape's leading law firm, Goldberg Law Group is happy to help whenever they can. They're proud to say, go Harbor Hawks. Top of the 4th inning here from McKeon Park. Game 2 of the divisional finals between the Bourne Braves and Hyannis Harbor Hawks. It's the Bourne starter, Will Harrigan, still out there on the mound, controlling a 1-0 lead. Middle of the Hyannis order due up. Clay Thompson, Caden Miller, and Andrew Lamb. The righty Thompson into the box to face the righty Harrigan for the 2nd time. He popped up to the first baseman in the 2nd inning. Out of the stretch, first pitch, Thompson swings and sends a high drive out towards straightaway center field. Matt Bolton settles under it with a couple steps in to glove out number 1.
Well, I'll tell you what, Quincy, after leaving the bases loaded the last time the Harbor Hawks were up to the plate, coming back into the dugout after Brody Briggs throws out a runner at third base isn't a bad way to try to keep some momentum going and work back into this game.
Nobody on and 1 out for Caden Miller in the top half of the 4th inning. First offering from Will Harrigan, fastball at the knees, called strike 1. Miller struck out looking in the 2nd inning. Like you said, Charlie, Hyannis loaded the bases with 1 out in the 3rd, but Will Harrigan got out of it with 2 consecutive outs. A 1 pitch to Miller, fouled back, and now it's 0-2. Caden Miller, a day 1 Harbor Hawk. He homered and hit a double on open to 2022. 1-2 out of the windup, Will Harrigan. Breaking ball chopped off the leg of Caden Miller, and he'll stay alive. Miller got the day off yesterday, but came in to pitch hit in the 9th inning where he flew out to left field. Still alive on 1-2 as Harrigan gets ready to throw pitch number 60. Backdoor breaking ball misses away, and the count even at 2-2.
It's been a bit of a pitcher's duel so far after yesterday's high-scoring affair.
Miller in a battle, 2-2. Fastball low in the dirt. Miller checked his swing, but he went around. Bryce Estep applies the tag for good measure, and there's 2 gone in the top half of the 4th.
And Miller was already making his way to the Harbor Hawks dugout. No intention of running that down the first baseline after a frustrating check swing.
Nobody on and 2 out for Andrew Lamb. The power-hitting first baseman out of USC does not get cheated on his swings. If there's anybody to tie this game up with a home run, it would be him, especially since he's done so twice on the first pitch of an at-bat this season. 0-0, Lamb swings hard, breaks his bat, line drive right back at the pitcher Harrigan, and he gloves it for the 3rd out. The Hawks go 1-2-3 in the top of the 4th. We head to the bottom half, still 1-0 Braves.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Welcome back to the Goldberg Law Group fourth inning. Did you know Goldberg Law Group PC is the Cape's premier personal injury law firm? The Goldberg Law Group has served Cape and the islands for more than 38 years, and they're proud to support the local events, organizations, and traditions that make this community so special. They're honored to sponsor the Hyannis Harbor Hawks and another great night of Cape League baseball. We roll to the bottom of the fourth inning here from Doran Park in Bourne. Game 2 of the divisional finals between the Hyannis Harbor Hawks and Bourne Braves. In front of their home squad, Bourne has the chance to eliminate Hyannis and send themselves to the championship series for the 6th consecutive year, and they control a 1-0 lead. The 5-hitter Justin Osterhaus to lead things off in the fourth. First pitch from Liam Canine, fastball beneath the zone. Osterhaus showed a bunt but pulled it back.
Canine has worked into the fourth inning twice this summer. Went 3 2/3 and 4 innings in 2 relief appearances.
Starting his fourth inning, only 1 run allowed so far. 1-0 pitch, Osterhaus shows a bunt and fouls it straight back into the netting behind home plate. Count even at 1-1. We saw Bourne attempt to go to the small ball yesterday, but they were really struggling to get the bunt down. A couple of times they showed bunt, fouled it away, and then were forced to swing away. 1-1, we'll see if Osterhaus still squares. He does not. Canine delivers a fastball just outside. And the Bourne left fielder ahead 2-1.
Osterhaus has one of the more colorful barrels on the field as far as it goes for batters at the plate.
2-1, fouled away, full swing. Skied over the first base dugout, and the count's 2-2. He sort of has a cyan green colored bat.
Best way I can
on the barrel with a black handle.
It's like the Arizona green tea can blue.
2-2 from Canine. Breaking ball caught on and missed in the dirt. Brody Briggs corrals it before it can hit the ground. Osterhaus leads off the fourth inning with a big swinging strikeout. And since surrendering a run in the first inning, Canine has locked in.
He's looked sharp right when the Harbor Hawks needed some length. It was heavy bullpen usage yesterday.
Nobody on and 1 out for Max Farrell. Hit by a pitch his first time up. Canine deals. Fastball hammered on a line out to left. Going back and making the catch up in the air, Nick Dromboski. His tall 6'4" frame was needed that time to glove out number 2.
Sharp hit, and Dromboski wasn't very worried, just casually made his way over to make the catch.
Nobody on and 2 out, bottom half of the fourth inning. 1-0 Braves over the Harbor Hawks in Game 2 of the divisional finals. And here's Austin Hawk, the man of the hour yesterday in Game 1. Canine's out of the stretch. First pitch lined over to short. Charlie Bates fields it. Scoops. Throw on to first in time. A 1-2-3 fourth inning for Liam Canine will keep Hyannis in it. Still down just 1-0 as we head to the fifth.
This week we've been working a lot with doing play-by-plays, just doing behind-the-scenes stuff with sports broadcasting, which I never really realized how much went into it, but it's been really cool.
They've grown a lot. I've never really done like a program like this before, so like seeing all the behind-the-scenes has like really grown.
I've learned how to really just gain confidence in my play-by-play speaking, and I've learned more terms here when it comes to directing and producing, and I've just had a great time with John Rook.
Doing the play-by-play stuff and all that, being with a guy like John Rook, understanding what like the major kind of entails doing this camp, just really a preview for what you do here at Dean or any other college doing broadcasting, so I'm definitely more prepared to make this a job of mine.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Top of the 5th inning here from Doran Park. In front of a packed house, Will Harrigan has brought his A game to start things for the Bourne Braves. 4 shutout innings, 6 strikeouts, only 2 hits allowed. And he will face 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Harbor Hawks, controlling a 1-0 lead.
The only chance the Harbor Hawks offense had was the 3rd inning where they loaded the bases. Other than that, Jax Jimenez reached in the 1st inning before being picked off. But that 3rd inning was the only signs of wildness from Harrigan. He walked 2 batters and cleaned it up for the 4th.
The Braves lead this series 1-0 after a 12-11 win yesterday in Game 1 in Hyannis, a game that took almost 4 hours to complete. It took everything out of both squads, but today more of a pitcher's duel as Taylor Kirk will step in from the right-handed side. He has been on fire to start the postseason for Hyannis. He's gotten the start in the first 3 games, and he had 2 hits in each of those games. 6 for 10 entering today's game. He lined out to center field his first time up in the 3rd, but put a good barrel on. Harrigan, a deep breath now into the windup. First pitch of the 5th. Kirk swings and chops one on the ground over to short. High hop, Riker Wade Fields. Quick throw to first in time. And Will Harrigan continues to roll out there on the mound, working efficiently.
Some early swings and counts for Harbor Hawks. That one on the first pitch. Harrigan at 62 pitches after recording the first out of the inning. Could definitely get through this frame, but the bullpen is working for the Braves.
Brody Briggs to the box. Nobody on, 1 out in the top half of the 5th. Bourne leading Hyannis 1-0 in Game 2. Harrigan toes the rubber. First pitch, backdoor breaking ball, misses outside. Brody Briggs put up a lengthy at-bat in the 3rd inning, drew a 1-out walk, but was later stranded on 3rd base when Hyannis left the bases loaded in the 3rd. 1-0. Fastball inside. Briggs nods in approval of the ball call by home plate umpire Jeffrey Kinney.
And it's a lefty, Aiden Stillman, warming up for the Braves.
2-0. Briggs swings and fouls one straight back into the netting behind home plate. Count now 2-1 on the Arizona State catcher. Briggs has been so valuable defensively behind the plate for Hyannis. He really struggled with the bat in the regular season, but got starts in the postseason just because of his defense. But he's 3 for 10 in the postseason. 2-1. Briggs, another swing and another foul ball high in the air, out of play behind the first base dugout. Two-two as Briggs continues to battle. He's a guy that doesn't get cheated at the plate. You're going to need to earn your strikeout against him. Harrigan set, and now time is called by plate umpire Jeffrey Kinney. It was asked for by Brody Briggs. He'll step out and reset himself. Two-two count, 1 out. Nobody on, top half of the 5th. Bourne leading Hyannis 1-0 in Game 2 of the divisional finals. They're 1 win away from playing in the championship series for the 6th consecutive year. 2-2 on its way from Harrigan to Briggs. Fastball at the knees, just low. Another borderline pitch taken for a ball by Brody Briggs.
Just a professional take once again. And it's hard not to believe Brody Briggs when he lays off a pitch.
Full count. Briggs looking for a second walk of the game. Payoff pitch. Backdoor breaking ball chopped high over to first base. Gloved by Max Farrell. Covering is the pitcher Will Harrigan, and he beats Briggs to the bag for the second out of the fifth. That's now 7 straight retired by Harrigan, dating back to when Hyannis had the bases loaded in the third.
That was a tricky stab for Farrell at first base. It truly was a stab as he reached his glove out on a weird hop.
The 9-hitter, Nick Dromboski, to the plate as he tries to extend the top of the fifth inning. Harrigan rocks and deals. Dromboski swings and hits one high in the air to right field. Luke Costello coming in. Makes the catch. Bill with the cap high for the third out. The Hawks go 1-2-3 for the second straight frame. Still 1-0 Braves as we head to the bottom of the fifth.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Bottom of the fifth inning from a packed house here at Dorn Park. Over 2,500 fans in attendance for Game 2 of the divisional finals between the Harbor Hawks and Bourne Braves. The hometown fans looking to potentially watch their Braves eliminate Hyannis for the 5th consecutive year. It's been a recurring nightmare for Hyannis to see these Braves in the playoffs. Down 1-0 in this game, down 1-0 in this series, but Liam Kineen has given Hyannis everything out there on the mound, and he'll face 8-9-1 to start his 5th frame of work.
Coming off his first 1-2-3 inning of the game, he's just gotten better and better as the game has gone on.
DH number 6, Gabriel Milano.
Gabriel Milano, the designated hitter today, will lead things off. He struck out against Kineen in the second inning. The Princeton Tiger set at his chest. Now out of the stretch, first offering, chopped foul by Milano. Gabriel Milano played in yesterday's game off the bench to pitch hit in the 8th inning, where he saw one pitch and got hit by the pitch. Later came around to score on the 3 RBI double by Austin Hawk, which gave the Braves the lead in the 8th inning of a game they won 12-11. 0-1 from Kineen, curveball bounces. Count even at 1. The longest Kineen has worked in a game this year is 3 innings. That was on the 15th of July against Chatham. 1-1. Breaking ball at the knees, called strike 2. You could say this, Charlie, it's been by far his best start of the summer.
It was a low bar, but exactly what the Harbor Hawks needed.
1-2. Fastball lined into the opposite field, foul. The lefty, Milano, just smacked that one down the third base side, but it hooked out of play into the fans who have been standing up along that third base fencing all day long.
There really is a person wherever you can put him.
1-2, fastball high and outside to Milano. Count even at 2-2. No runs on 2 hits, no errors for the Harbor Hawks. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors for the Bourne Braves. Kineen set, now his 2-2. Breaking ball fouled away up into the first base dugout where the Harbor Hawks are stationed.
Both Harrigan and Kineen are in similar spots as far as pitch count goes, and the bullpen's still working for both teams. Bruce Littleton up for the Harbor Hawks.
These two Ivy League pitchers have given us a treat today. Harrigan out of Columbia, Canine out of Princeton. Still 2-2 to Gabriel Milano. Canine out of the stretch. Breaking ball bounces, and the count runs full to the Braves 8-hitter. Canine working very efficiently today. That was pitch number 64. 40 of those pitches have been for strikes. But Milano continues the battle, looking to win it. Payoff pitch. Fastball fouled straight back. And Gabriel Milano will see an 8th pitch from Liam Canine.
It's actually double barrel action in the bullpen for the Harbor Hawks with Bruce Littleton and Kevin Landry Farr both getting loose.
2 Southern Miss Golden Eagles. Littleton a lefty, Farr a righty. Those 2 teammates have been stellar for Hyannis out of the pen this season. So when Canine is done, Hyannis likes their chances to keep Bourne at bay. 3-2 again. Here's Canine. Fastball way up and in. Milano had to bend out of the way of that one, and he earns himself a hard-fought leadoff walk.
First free pass for Canine, who's had 2 hit-by pitches tonight. Well, that's a long at-bat for someone trying to finish off a 5th inning.
The 9-hitter, Bryce Eastep to the plate from the right-handed side. Run around first, nobody out. Home half of the 5th. Braves leading the Hawks 1-0 in Game 2 of the divisional finals. Small lead at first for Milano. Canine first offering to Eastep. Fastball right down the heart of the plate, called strike 1. The top of the order awaits after Bryce Eastep, and Mitch Carricker might not want to have Canine face those dangerous hitters for a 3rd time. You might see him go to the pen after this batter. 0-1. Slider down and away. Eastep did not play in Game 1 of this series. It was the switch-hitting Oregon Duck Berkeley Mabius behind the plate. But Eastep, the Coastal Carolina Chanticleer, getting the start in Game 2. 1-1. Upstairs, check over to first by Brody Briggs. He spiked the throw, and Milano gets back safely with a head-first slide. A nice scoop by Caden Miller at first base to prevent that ball from going up the line.
Mabius wasn't even available off the bench here tonight for the Braves.
Two 2-1. Fastball hit high and deep to left center field. Dromboski races back to the track, to the wall. He's called off by the center fielder, Jax Jimenez, who makes the catch at the warning track for out number 1.
Canine and the Harbor Hawks are lucky that Eastep got under that ball. Just enough hang time for Jimenez to run it down. He had plenty of distance to cover from center field.
Jax Jimenez is the fastest Harbor Hawk on the roster, and he ran a long way to get that ball. Mitch Carricker out of the dugout. Liam Canine will leave the game after 4 1/3 innings of 1-run ball. He only surrendered 3 hits, and he exits with a runner on first. And he'll get a standing ovation from these Harbor Hawk fans. He was magnificent to start this winner-go-home game, but he's on the hook for the loss. Kevin Landry Farr coming out of the pen. We'll tell you more about him when we come back on THHBN, the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. protecting the possible.
Liam Caneen exits and gives way to the Southern Miss Golden Eagle, the right-handed pitching true freshman Kevin Landry Farr. From Proctor, Arkansas, he threw 7 1/3 innings during his freshman year at Southern Miss to an ERA of 3.68. In the regular season for the Harbor Hawks, he threw 11 1/3 innings, gave up 3 runs to an ERA of 2.38. He takes over in the bottom half of the 5th inning with a runner on first and 1 out. 1-0 Braves, and they have the top of their order coming up.
First look at Farr in the postseason. The last time the Harbor Hawks went to Kevin Landry Farr out of the bullpen, he picked up the save on July 31st in Game 1 of the doubleheader against Bourne. So he's familiar with these Braves. Went 2 1/3 innings with 1 hit, 1 run, 1 home run as that 1 hit and run with 2 walks and 2 strikeouts.
He earned the save in that 7-inning game against Bourne. Hyannis trailed Bourne by 9 points for the division lead, and then Hyannis rattled off a win in 7 of their last 8 games. Bourne lost their last 7 games coming into the postseason, but they're a perfect 3-0 after a 2-0 sweep over Falmouth and a 12-11 win over these Harbor Hawks in Game 1. Riker Waite will lead things off against Kevin Landry Farr. The line for Caneen, 4 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, 1 run for now. He's responsible for Gabriel Milano on first base. Far out of the stretch. Fastball fouled straight into the dirt by Riker Waite. The switch-hitting Vanderbilt Commodore was on the Bourne Braves championship squad last year, and then started the year with Bourne this summer before suffering a pretty nasty leg injury, but came back at the end of the season, and he's been a crucial part of this playoff run. 0-1 pitch from Farr out of the stretch. Fouled away by Riker Waite along the third base line.
That 1 home run that Farr gave up his last time out was a leadoff home run in the top of the 7th by the man at the plate, Riker Waite.
Caneen looking to win the second battle here in the postseason. 0-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Waite with a nice take to move the count to 1-2. The Hawks will have the top of their lineup due to hit in the 6th inning. Farr looking to get it there with just the 1-run deficit. A long pause now, the 1-2. Fastball grounded over to second base, gloved by Matt Einish. His only play is at first. No shot to get Milano at second with that ground ball deep into the hole. But there's 2 out for another switch hitter, Rustin Rigdon, stepping to the plate.
Rangy play from Matt Einish over at second base, had to cover plenty of ground.
1-0 Bourne, home half of the 5th. Runner on second, 2 out. Rigdon 1 for 1 today with a single in the 3rd. Got hit by a pitch in the 1st inning. Farr looks back, the runner on second. Now comes to the plate. Fastball outer edge, called strike 1. Rigdon the only guy to score a run today for either side. He stole second base and then came around to score on a Matt Bolton RBI single in the 1st inning. And we still stand at 1-0. Farr set now his 0-1. Grounded to first, foul. Kevin Landry Farr was added to the Harbor Hawks roster on July 3rd. One of 3 Southern Miss pitchers to make that transition. His teammate Bruce Littleton still warming in the bullpen as a lefty. 0-2. Here's the deal. Fastball looped in the air. On the infield, Taylor Kirk at third base. Gloves it at his chest for the final out. Kevin Landry Farr gets out of the 5th inning with 2 straight outs. We head to the 6th inning. The Hawks at the top of their order due up, trailing 1-0 in Game 2.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Top of the 6th inning here from Doran Park. Hyannis facing elimination, down 1-0 in the series. They have the top of their order due up here in the 6th inning, which is brought to you by our folks at Netting Pros Stadionic. When it comes to netting and building iconic sports facilities, it's Netting Pros Stadionic. Matt Einish, Jax Jimenez, and Charlie Bates will see Will Harrigan for a 3rd time through 5 innings. The Columbia product has allowed 2 hits, 2 walks, and struck out 6.
Well, the numbers say this is a risky idea for the Bourne Braves, bringing Harrigan back out. Pitch count continues to rise. He will start the inning with 69 pitches.
Both teams got great length out of their Ivy League starter, the Princeton Tiger Liam Kineen, 4 1/3 innings of 1-run ball to start things for Hyannis. First pitch to Matt Einish, swung on and hit a mile high in the air out towards straightaway left. Justin Osterhaus with a couple of steps to his left, and he makes the catch at his chest for out number 1 of the 6th.
Another first pitch swing from the Harbor Hawks. 2 walks worked in the 3rd inning. Since then, not many deep counts. Brody Briggs worked a count full in the 5th, but a lot of early aggression.
Jax Jimenez will hit with nobody on and 1 out. Top half of the 6th. Hyannis trailing Bourne 1-0 in game 2, facing elimination. Out of the windup, Harrigan deals. Jimenez swings and crushes a ball deep in the air out toward right. Going back to the track, Luke Costello. He makes the catch. Straightaway right is very deep here at Doran Park. It's 360 feet. That ball from Jimenez probably leaves at most ballparks on Cape Cod, but not here.
Right next to the water. It is hard to hit home runs here at Doran Park. Every time we're here, we're reminded of it.
2 pitches, 2 outs for Will Harrigan in his 6th inning of work, 71 pitches. Charlie Bates into the box. First pitch fastball, inner edge, called strike 1. This game is the polar opposite from yesterday. A 12-11 Bourne Braves win in game 1 at McKeon Park. 0-1 pitch. Bates swings and drives one deep towards center field. On his horse, Matt Bolton to the track, to the wall. He looks up. This ball is gone! No, it's off the wall. It's in play. Bates is motoring for 3rd. He'll get there standing up. It's really hard to see with how deep this park is. It's 395 to straightaway center. The Hyannis fans erupted. I thought it was gone. But Bates just 90 feet away at 3rd.
Plenty of opportunity to cash in still. Nearly got it. Bates was hustling out of the box. Now there's a discussion here. Mitch Carricker's out of the dugout with the first base umpire, Jeffrey Merzel, and the umps will get together here.
Where Charlie Bates hit that baseball, there's a shed right behind the fence, and I think Mitch Carricker is asking if that ball hit the shed, which would be a home run and a tie ball game. All 3 umpires standing just to the right of the pitching mound. Mike O'Leary, Jeffrey Merzel, and Jeffrey Kinney in a lengthy discussion right now.
It would take a lot to get a ball out to dead center. Bates had a huge piece of that ball.
It would make me feel better. I called it a home run because I thought it went over the wall. We'll have to see. It would be really tough to overturn this. And they're going to keep Bates at third base.
Just for the reaction alone from every other fan that's not rooting for Hyannis, if they overturn that call, we'd have at least 5 minutes of extra discussion on the overturn. Let's try to take a look at this.
There's also a bunch of fans sitting just beyond the center field wall. Harbor Hawks fans think that's definitely a home run, but the ball did stay in the yard. Runner on third, 2 out for Clay Thompson. First pitch bounces. The JMU Duke can make this whole conversation not matter with a single and tie this ball game. Pitch on its way. Thompson lines one deep down the line and left, sinking fast, sliding catch made by Justin Osterhaus. Keeps the 1-0 lead for Bourne as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Ahead and putting runners away. That's what Hyannis' mindset has to be, as I spoke with pitching coach Austin Wallace prior to tonight's game, and he mentioned about the fact that in yesterday's game, the problem was we would get to 2 strikes, but leave the ball over the middle of the plate, which induced hard contact. But today it seems like they've flipped the script, because so far Hyannis pitchers have been absolutely sensational in giving Hyannis an opportunity to come back in this divisional round, in this division final. So it'll be up to the bats and consistent pitching from Landry Farr if they want a chance to advance to a 3rd game here in this series, as I'll turn it back to you guys.
Bottom of the 6th inning here from Game 2 of the divisional finals. We are locked in a stonewall pitcher's duel right now. 1-0 Bourne. They have 3, 4, and 5 due up to try to add on to their lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning against Kevin Landry Farr, about to start his first full inning of relief.
The center fielder, number 28.
There has been some big swings in this game. Justin Osterhaus. What a play to leave Charlie Bates on third.
Bates tripled with 2 out in the 6th, but ultimately left on third base. First pitch to Matt Bolton, fastball at the letters, just high. There was a discussion as to whether or not that was a home run by Bates. It looked like the ball may have hit a fan just beyond the center field wall. Umps got together, kept Bates at third base. 1-0 pitch, fastball outer edge, just misses. Far behind in the count, 2-0. The Southern Miss Golden Eagle was terrific out of relief in the regular season for Hyannis through 11 innings. 2-0 pitch. Fastball up and away, and the count's 3-0. Not the guy you want to walk with the dangerous Luke Costello on deck. 3-0 pitch, fastball right down the heart of the plate. Strike 1. Farr struggled with walks during his freshman campaign at Southern Miss. Looking to avoid that here. 3-1, sharply grounded foul along the first base line.
Back to a full count after falling behind to the leadoff man.
The leadoff man has reached for Bourne in 3 of the first 5 innings. But in none of those innings did they score. Their only run came in the first inning after Rustin Rigdon got hit by a pitch, stole second base, and then came around to score on a Matt Bolton single. Bolton at the plate right now. 3-2 count, nobody out. Bottom of the sixth. Pitch on its way, another foul ball along the first base line. Farr, despite his command struggles at Southern Miss, he has pounded the zone so far today. 13 pitches, 9 strikes. Into the windup, another 3-2. Breaking ball just misses inside, and Bolton on first with a leadoff walk.
Farr didn't miss his spot by much there. Briggs, right where he had the glove, just couldn't get the call from Kinney.
Luke Costello to the plate, 0 for 2 today, but he came to the plate 6 times yesterday in game 1. Hyannis didn't get him out once. Farr. Long pause now out of the stretch. Breaking ball away in the dirt. Brody Briggs with a nice stop. Costello drew 3 walks, had 2 singles and a double in game 1, where Bourne took down Hyannis 12-11 at McKeon Park. A win today, and the Braves would be moving to the championship series. 1-0. Costello takes a fastball up and in. The Hyannis fans are still barking at the umpiring crew after they thought Charlie Bates had a home run taken away in the top of this inning. 2-0 from Farr. Fastball inner edge, called a strike. To go back to it, it looked like the ball hit a fan and then bounced back into the field of play, but the call on the field was ruled a triple by Charlie Bates, and there was no evidence to tell the umpiring crew otherwise. 2-1. Breaking ball over the center of the plate, called strike 2. A nice bounce back pitch there from Farr. He has even this count against the Braves cleanup man.
Every fan where that ball was headed was turning away from the field.
2-2. Costello, a line drive through the 5-6 hole and into left field for a base hit. The Braves with 2 runners on to start the 6th.
Left fielder, number 31, Justin Osterhaus.
And Justin Osterhaus, who just made a terrific sliding catch in left field to end the top of the 6th. He'll hit in a big spot right now. After that triple by Bates, Klay Thompson hit a hard shot down the line and left. Osterhaus came sprinting over to the line. Full speed went into the slide and made the catch to keep this 1-0 lead for the Braves. Runners on first and second, nobody out, bottom half of the 6th inning. Osterhaus to work lefty on righty against Kevin Landry Farr. Out of the stretch, first pitch. Osterhaus shows bunt, pulls it back. Throw through to second base by Brody Briggs. Could not get Matt Bolton. He's back to second with a head first slide. But you got to be careful whenever you take a lead against Brody Briggs.
That was a tremendous throw down to second base.
One 1-0 on Osterhaus. We'll see if he squares again. Far set. He does square. Pulls the bunt back. The pitch misses outside. A packed house here at Doran Park. Over 2,500 fans in attendance, and all of them sitting on pins and needles right now. 2-0. Bunt shown. Osterhaus fouls it straight into the dirt.
We've seen the Braves play small ball in game 1 a little bit. Not too much success, but runs have been at a premium here tonight.
2-1. And with the way their starter, Will Harrigan, has been able to work, 1 run might be enough for Bourne. Looking for more here in the 6th. 2-1. Bunt shown. Osterhaus gets it down the third base side, but it squeaks foul. Taylor Kirk came charging in and just watched it go to the left side of the chalk.
Now swinging away here with 2 strikes, you'd have to assume.
2-2. Osterhaus 0 for 2 today with a ground out and a strikeout. And in yesterday's game, he was the only guy not to join the hit parade for Bourne. He went 0 for 5 in that 12-11 Bourne win. Farr looks back at second, now his 2-2. Grounded over to first. Miller can't complete the scoop. It's high off his mitt, and everybody's safe. Bases loaded with nobody out after a costly error by the first baseman.
Matt Hyannis wheeled around quickly to back it up. There was a hard turn around third base from Matt Bolton.
Hyannis was clean in the field yesterday, no errors. But a costly one right now. Kevin Landry Farr has to deal with a load of trouble right now. Bases loaded, nobody out, and the infield comes in for Hyannis against the 6-hitting first baseman Max Farrell from the right-handed side. The righty Farr set just above his belt. First pitch. Up and in, it's fouled off the knob of the bat. No, they say it hit him in the elbow. A hit by pitch, Farrell credited with an RBI, and Bourne makes it 2-0. That was sharply hit near the elbow by Farrell. The plate umpire, Jeffrey Kinney, put his hands up. I thought it was to signal a foul ball, but it was hard hit off that plate. And pitching coach Austin Wallace will have a conversation with Kevin Landry Farr.
Those elbow guards, they share a similar sound. Likely didn't hurt Farrell too much.
Well, he didn't even flinch at the plate. I thought that it was a foul ball just because he didn't even really move. But Bolton scores from third. Luke Costello goes to third. Justin Osterhaus moves to second. And Austin Hawk will hit. He had quite the day yesterday. 5 for 5, 3 singles, and a bases clearing double in the 8th, which brought home 3 runs to give Bourne a 12-10 lead. And they eventually held on in game 1 by the skin of their teeth, and they're looking to break this game wide open in the 6th inning and eliminate Hyannis. Here's Hawk from the right-handed side. Farr, first pitch. Big swing and a miss on the heater.
Still nobody out. The big thing for Kevin Landry Farr here. First fresh inning has quickly gone sour.
Infield still on the grass for Hyannis. 0-1. Swing and a foul ball straight back into the netting. Farr quickly working ahead of Hawk 0-2, and you got to imagine he's pitching for the strikeout here.
Infield in. Doesn't have to be too hard hit to get by.
Farr set. Now his 0-2. Fastball down and away. Gordy Briggs leaping out of the crouch to keep that one from going to the backstop. Still 1-2, Farr ahead in the count. He needs a K in the worst way possible. Pitch on its way. Breaking ball hit high in the air on the infield. Behind second base, Matt Hyannis runs into Osterhaus, who was standing on the second base bag, but he still makes the catch. Infield fly rule is in effect, so he could have dropped it and it wouldn't have mattered. That works just as well as a strikeout for Kevin Landry Farr. There's one gone here in the 6th inning with the bases loaded, and Mitch Carricker out of the bullpen to take the baseball from Kevin Landry Farr. Danced out of damage in the 5th inning, but loading the bases and surrendering a run here in the 6th. That'll be it. The lefty, Bruce Littleton, out of the pen to take over things here in the bottom of the 6th when we come back.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Bottom half of the 6th inning, the Bourne Braves lead the Hyannis Harbor Hawks 2-0. And with Hyannis in a world of trouble, they turn to their lights-out lefty, Bruce Littleton, the 6'2", 225-pound true freshman from Vestavia Hills, Alabama.
The season is riding on Southern Miss pitching. Going from far to Littleton. Littleton already has pitched this postseason through 2/3 of an inning with no hits, no runs, 1 walk, and no strikeouts against Cotuit. He wasn't needed to come back out on the mound because the Harbor Hawks opened that game up.
Hyannis facing elimination today, down 1-0 in this series. And with the bases loaded, it's lefty on lefty, Gabriel Milano against Bruce Littleton. First pitch. Big breaking ball misses inside. The corners are playing in. Taylor Kirk and Caden Miller on the cut of the infield grass. Middle infield and double play depth. Charlie Bates and Matt Einish with their feet on the outfield grass. Littleton deep breath now, his 1-0. Fastball in the dirt. 2 runs in the game for Bourne, an RBI single from Matt Bolton, and an RBI hit by pitch with the bases loaded from Max Farrell. Bourne can break this game wide open in front of a sellout home crowd. 2-0. The lefty set. Now the pitch. Big breaking ball swing and a miss. Milano well out in front of that one.
No room for error here with the bases loaded. One away, the middle infield in double play depth.
Working quickly, Littleton, pitch on its way, driven in the air, shallow center. Jax Jimenez has a beat on it. He makes the catch. Luke Costello will tag from third. Throw comes all the way through, and it's high over the head of Brody Briggs. Littleton racing behind the plate, was able to catch it before it got back to the backstop. But a sac fly makes it 3-0 Bourne.
And every run tonight feels like a mountain to climb for the Harbor Hawks. Still scoreless in this one. As it stands, the starter still in the game for the Braves.
The 9-hitting catcher, Bryce Eastep to the plate. Righty on lefty against Bruce Littleton. 1 appearance in this postseason for Littleton. He threw 2/3 of an inning in game 1 of round 1 against Cotuit. Pickoff over to first, where Max Farrell is back standing. Runners on the corners with 2 out. On that fly ball, Justin Osterhaus tagged from second to third. Littleton out of the stretch. Fastball up and away. Brody Briggs out of the crouch to prevent that one from scoring another run. 3-0 Bourne, 2 out, bottom of the 6th. 1-0 lead in the series in game 2. Here's Littleton. 1-0 backdoor breaking ball, just misses outside. The Bourne Braves have knocked Hyannis out of the playoffs each of the last 4 seasons, and the same nightmare is reoccurring for the Hawks. 2-0. Runner off for second, Briggs, throw down in time. Max Farrell caught stealing. Osterhaus was breaking from third base, so if he was safe, another run would have scored. But we head to the 7th. Hyannis with some work to do. It's 3-0 Bourne with their backs to the wall.
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Davis support as the official insurance partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Welcome back to the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Top of the 7th, brought to you by Milton Cat. Proud to power the Cape all summer long. Top of the 7th, a 3-0 lead for the Bourne Braves. Three to nothing, and the Harbor Hawks facing a lefty for the first time tonight. A new pitcher on. Aiden Stillman taking the ball from the Braves starter, who goes 6 innings scoreless, allowing just 3 hits with 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. Will Harrigan was completely locked down here in a winner-go-home game for Hyannis.
And he's exactly what you need if you're Scotlanders. You want a guy to give you length. You want a guy to not allow a run, and he did exactly that.
2 runs allowed in the 6th inning between Farr and Littleton. Brody Briggs with the caught stealing for the 2nd time tonight. Getting Max Farrell at second base, who had a case to argue. After short discussion, it was no change on the field for the call.
I mean, I know we talked about it at nauseum in the last half inning, but that Bates ball, we looked back and watched. It cleared the fence by about 7 feet. It hit off a fan, bounced back into play. I mean, obviously the fan was a Bourne fan. He didn't say anything, and like he was in pain. He, reached up to where he got hit. There was a Harbor Hawks fan who had his hands up in the air, in celebration out there on the play as well.
First pitch of the inning, Caden Miller sends out to left center field. Coming over to make the catch is Osterhaus. 1 pitch, 1 out for Aiden Stillman out of the bullpen.
And if you're Hyannis, you really just got to start tacking across a couple runs, because it feels like Bourne's lead is bigger than it is. And it's a safe situation at the current moment, 3-0. It's never too late. Yesterday was a great example of that. The Hawks just kept fighting.
Lefty on lefty for a lot of these batters for the first time tonight. Lamshow's bunt pulls it back for ball 1. Harbor Hawks faced Connor Lehman yesterday, who picked up the save for the Braves. That was the only lefty in the game in yesterday's action. He wasn't even listed available to pitch, but he came in and did a great job. Swing and a miss, counts 1-1. Aiden Stillman for the Braves made 4 starts in the regular season. I mean, that's a deep pitching staff in the postseason when you can push somebody to the bullpen of the stature of Stillman. 1-1 count, 3-0 lead for the Bravos. The pitch in there for a called strike.
Did Stillman start the final game against Hyannis and Bourne this summer in the regular season? I believe he might have.
July 31st, these teams faced off in game 1 of the doubleheader. And Aiden Stillman got the ball going 2+ innings with 2 hits, 3 runs, 5 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Hawks won that 5-3 in the midst of a losing skid for the Braves. 1-1 pitch. Just misses. 2-1. Nice breaking ball from Aiden Stillman. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Andrew Lamb goes down by the K for the second time tonight and the second out of the inning.
Now 7 strikeouts through 6 2/3 innings for the Bourne pitching staff. Really good job mixing up his pitches. He had Andrew Lamb well tardy.
Harbor Hawks last struck out in the 4th inning against the starter Will Harrigan. First pitch to Taylor Kirk upstairs for ball 1.
Stillman really has got a lively fastball right in the mid-90s.
The 1-0 in there for a called strike. Harwich is currently ahead of Yarmouth Dennis in the series and in game 2. 7-5 score at the end of the 8th inning. Big swing and a miss from Taylor Kirk on a breaking ball below the zone. Count now 1-2. So Yarmouth Dennis on the road down to their final 3 outs. One-two count. Stillman's pitch upstairs. 2-2.
It's been definitely a really fun playoff so far. See Harwich upset Brewster in a little 2 and barbecue and vying to beat YD in a 2-game sweep fashion as well.
The 2-2 just misses the count, full 3-2 with 2 away here in the top of the 7th. Nobody on base, a 3-0 lead for the Braves. Stillman's payoff pitch. Misses below the zone. Walk worked by Taylor Kirk to extend the inning to Brody Briggs.
You get the walk, maybe you get a little hit, and then you get the big swing. It's all about putting together quality plate appearances, which is what Hyannis did yesterday when the deficit seemed insurmountable. Down at 1.8-1, they eventually took a 10-9 lead. This is a much more manageable deficit, yet time is running out. That's the difference.
The tying run is on deck here with Brody Briggs at the plate. First pitch, lefty on lefty, is a called strike. 6 lefties in the Harbor Hawks batting order. 3 lefties available off the bench along with 3 righties. 0-1 count. Kirk off first base. Stillman misses outside. 1-1. The 1-1. Downstairs, gets away from E-step for a second, quickly collected. Count 2-1.
It's a great lead, especially left on left. He starts a slider right over the heart of the plate. your eyes get big, but then you recognize the spin. That's what it takes to be able to spin on a pitch like that. Because if you don't recognize the spin, you think you're getting something right down the middle and you're ready to come out of your shoes. He sees it early and is able to get it done.
Wind blowing towards left field. The 2-1's a big swing and a miss above the zone to even the count at 2-2. Temperature has dropped from 84 degrees down to 78, and it's still very humid here in Bourne. And still a packed out house. The 2-2 misses, and the count runs full 3-2.
One of the coaches in the Bourne dugout literally ran out a couple steps. There's still John, and now looks like Jeff Kinney is about to pretty much heard enough.
A 3-2 count for back-to-back at bats for Aiden Stillman. Runner on the move, the pitch, a breaking ball, called strike 3. Brody Briggs arguing his way back to the Harbor Hawks dugout as it's the third out of the inning. A runner left on base. Still a 3-0 lead for Bourne as we head to stretch time from Doran Park.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the rental source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
When I started teaching on the Cape 30 years ago, you could buy a house on a teacher's salary. But today, teachers, public safety officers, healthcare and hospitality workers, the people who make the Cape work, are struggling to find homes they can afford. And I really worry about the kids who will follow us. I think it's time we learn to do better.
If housing on Cape Cod matters to you, join us at capehousingmatters.org.
Back here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network, still a 3-0 lead for Bourne. We'll take our official look at the score across the Cape, presented by the Massachusetts Office of Travel and Tourism, as Yarmouth Dennis still trailing 7-5 against the Harwich Mariners. 2 outs to go in the top of the 9th with a runner on first base.
They're on the road too, so this is it for them.
And YD rallied yesterday with a 5-run inning in the bottom of the 9th, trailing big against the Harwich Mariners. They entered trailing 12-4.
YD was winning this game 4-0 after the top of the 4th inning. Now Harwich is on top 7-5.
There's a ball in play with nobody out as we track along the game day. No runs, of course. We'd have a different alert on game day if anyone came across the score. Littleton back on the mound, gets a half swing all the way around Bryce Eastep for strike 1. Eastep, the 9-hitter, behind the plate with Riker Waite waiting on deck. Littleton's 0-1. Called strike at the bottom of the zone. 0-2.
Yeah, that was low. You can hear it from the Bourne dugout. Brody Briggs was upset about a low strike call that he was called strike 3 to end the top half of this inning. That one, way more of a strike than this one. I mean, this one was incredibly low. I think home plate umpire Jeff Kinney just gave a warning, or he just acknowledged the hitter's timeout. I could, probably the second one.
I'm going to agree with you on it being this timeout at the plate for Bryce Eastep. The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3. Same spot as strike 2. And Eastep is beside himself. He's consistent.
Yeah, he is. The Bourne ball boy did the MLB ABS head tap challenge signal. Kind of funny. Well, you hear it from the Bourne faithful. They don't seem to be all too pleasant.
Happier than the Harbor Hawks fans, trailing 3-0 as the first pitch misses outside to Riker Waite. Over in Harwich, Runners on second and third base. Still one out after a wild pitch moved both runners into scoring position. Go-ahead run at the plate. Ball got away from Brody Briggs. Counts 2-0.
How about those Mariners if they're able to hold on? Big upset. They were in second place the first 2 weeks of the season, and then Brewster overtook them. Kind of sat in third the whole rest of the summer.
The 2-0 pitch outside, 3-0.
Of course, the last time Harwich won it all was 2024, which I believe was a year that they actually finished under 500. Am I correct in that? They got hot at the right time is what I'm trying to say. I can do the
3-0. Jumps away to the backstop. And a light jog for Riker Wade as Brody Briggs retrieves the baseball. 4-pitch walk to the leadoff man, Riker Wade. Up with one out here. As now Rustin Rigdon takes the batter's box.
Number 28, Matt. Correction, the second baseman, number 23, Rustin Rigdon.
Rigdon up for the fourth time. Was hit by a pitch, singled, and popped out to end the fifth inning. Takes ball one.
I was correct. Harwich finished the 2024 summer 16-24.
Gotta get hot at the right time. 1-0 pitch. Catches Rustin Rigdon, his second time being plunked tonight. Runners on first and second now with one away for Matt Bolton.
And in a game like this, when you're trailing, you really just cannot afford to issue free passes. Now with the walk, now with the hit by pitch. It's just putting so much more pressure on yourself, especially with the way the bats have struggled tonight. Bourne's done one heck of a job as Austin Wallace heading out to talk things over with Bruce Littleton.
Wallace making the trip to the mound as the Harbor Hawks bullpen up and moving. Just starting to get loose out there. Here in the bottom of the seventh, Bourne leads 3-0 with two runners on base. Justin Fryer from Northwestern getting loose. Was added to the roster on the 1st of August. Part of the Game 40 shutout over at Wareham through
really
2
good.
innings. After the mound visit, Matt Bolton into the left-handed batter's box. Rigdon on first, Waite on second. Jake Souders hit a single for the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox to pull within one. As a called strike moves the count to 0-2 on Bolton. The bases are loaded after a full count walk from Mateo Cerna. Still just one out.
Bourne has a serious opportunity here to blow this game open. Get one of the gaps, make it a 5-0 advantage. That could put Hyannis away.
Littleton checks the runners. On the 1-2, skipped in Briggs with the stop. Pick off to second base. Two-two count, one away with two runners on. Littleton gets the swing and a miss. First base occupied. Bolton thought about running it out and remembers he can't. He'll retreat to the dugout with the second out. 2 strikeouts in the inning.
Flow, and I think Mitch Carricker lefty, but I think this is going to be a pitching change.
Costello bats from the right side, and Justin Fryer, another lefty for the Harbor Hawks, making his way in from right field. We'll step aside and tell you about the new arm when we return on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
If you need to dig, lift, move for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England.
Taking over for Bruce Littleton with 2 outs. Time up, he came around to score in the 6th inning.
Now it's all about throwing up a 0. You got to do everything you can to keep yourself in this game. And again, Bourne has a chance to blow it open. Hyannis is running out of outs at the plate. They've got 6 to work with. I think the thing about this Bourne team in the postseason really over the last compound on themselves, and they play such a clean brand of baseball that you got to be basically perfect.
Wrecker Wade on second base after walking. Rustin Rigdon on first base after being hit by a pitch. Both came in back-to-back at-bats against Bruce Littleton. First pitch upstairs, 1-0. Wind has slowed down a bit here at Dorn Park. As the 1-0 is turned around to right center field, drifting over towards Clay Thompson in right field. He'll make the catch for the 3rd out. So, one batter faced and the final out of the 7th for Justin Fryer. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left on base as we head to the 8th here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
6 more outs to work with for the Harbor Hawks offense as they trail 3-0 here in the top of the 8th. Charlie Adams alongside Max Schwartzberg. 9-1-2 due up for Hyannis. Nick Dromboski, Matt Einish, and Jax Jimenez facing Aiden Stillman. And after a pitching change, Reese Oakley struck out Phoenix Call. And now the entire season rests on Reed Howard, the last hope for the Red Sox. But the bases are loaded.
Whitey will not go down quietly. I mean, they've already proven that both games, but
Howard's the number 9 hitter for the Whitey Red Sox, who have used plenty of bench players and plenty of arms in the bullpen. The Mariners are on their 5th pitcher. Bunt shown by Dromboski, pulled back for ball 1. On the lip of the grass as Howard was called out on strikes for the final out of the game, and Harwich has its trip sealed to the championship. A bunt right back to the mound. Stillman fields, throws low, collected by Farrell for the 1st out. Not the best bunt from Dromboski, but the Harbor Hawks are trying anything here at this point. Back when I was on color in the middle of innings. 2-0 count. It's a Victus bat.
yeah, that's one of my favorite colors. My personal favorite color is seafoam green, so maybe a little bit darker.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, it is close, isn't it?
2-0. Strike 2-1. Like a school bus yellow.
School bus yellow is your favorite color?
Yeah.
Says no one ever. Until now.
It's close to gold as a swing and a miss on a breaking ball in the dirt moves the count to 2-2. I'm not picky when it comes to my favorite color being yellow, but if we're going to specify shades, it's closer to that dark yellowish.
So like USC
like a school
yellow
bus.
in Cali.
The 2-2 launched to left field. Tromboski making his way over, and he has a beat on it over the shoulder for the first out. I'd say that's a little too dark of a yellow.
Well, that's what you said, like yellow with a little bit more of a
Yeah.
Number 5, Max.
I'll agree.
Farrell.
Pastel's usually I like it. I like a pastel as far as it goes. Max Farrell up to the plate, 1 out. Nobody on base here in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch out to right field. Clay Thompson, not much work. Now a little more work with the wind, but puts away the second out.
See, this is my favorite color, I would say. So it essentially is what that bat was, but I'm still leaning a little bit more to the darker shade.
Austin Hawk.
See that?
Austin Hawk now, 2 outs, nobody on base. Fryer looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Only one 1-2-3 inning tonight from the Harbor Hawks pitching staff was Liam Kineen's 4th inning of work. 1-0 count to Hawk.
You know, it's surprising because so far this game has moved pretty quickly, at least compared to last night's game, that's for sure.
The 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. We've called games shorter, well, obviously shorter than 3 hours and 55 minutes, the longest of the season. But that definitely didn't feel like the longest game because there was constant action and quite the comeback from the Harbor Hawks.
That wasn't
1-1, fouled sharply off Hawk, and he's down in the batter's box.
There's some games that are long because they just kind of stink. Lots of walks, lots of errors. One team just kicking the you-know-what out of the other team. But a game like yesterday, where it was just hits. Yes, there were some free passes in there. That was electric. I mean, the 8th and 9th inning, I don't care that they were 15-minute half innings each. Like, that was baseball at its most beautiful, in my opinion. Just the drama and the way it all came together.
After a short talk with the trainer, Hawk back in the batter's box, facing a 1-2 count against Justin Fryer. It's pretty chilly with the wind, but it's also so humid that I don't think I'd like to be wearing a sweatshirt right now.
Literally hot and cold.
The 1-2 skips 58 feet.
Is that that's a Katy Perry song, right? Hot and cold?
Maybe. I'm not too caught up.
It is. I just got confirmation from our photographer, Emma.
2-2 count with 2 outs here. Nobody on base, a 3-0 lead for the Bourne Braves. Friars pitch.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Welcome back to the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Top of the 9th. The Harbor Hawks facing the Braves at their best, the postseason, and down to their final 3 outs, trying to avoid being swept. It's all in the hands of 3, 4, and 5. Charlie Bates, Clay Thompson, and Caden Miller. Charlie Bates tripled his last time up, or at least that's what they'll tell you.
And the ball left, and I know you might think we're partisan, but first of all, we got 2 jobs. We are not supposed to be partisan broadcasters in favor of Hyannis, so we are trying to deliver a great product, and we went back and looked at the live stream, and the ball did leave the yard about
After that, in the top of the sixth, a 2-0 or a 2-run bottom of the sixth. What is going on?
Hyannis sucks.
There's a AI
Oh my God.
text to voice.
Okay, can we shut the speaker down then? Whatever we need to do.
I have never
That's
seen
insane. I thought I heard that wrong.
that. Nope, it was playing.
Wow.
It was
somebody had like Google Translate
Yeah.
open and wrote Hyannis sucks.
At first they wrote 67 about 5 times, and then
They gotta
switched
toss
to that.
whoever's up there.
2 umpires are now by the
That's
booth
absurd.
here.
Turn off the PA, please. Just turn it off.
How do you not throw them? I can't. Never mind.
Jeffrey Merzell from the first base umpire's position tells them to have no PA for the top of the ninth here.
Bro, and it kept saying it, and then it like even slowed it down.
A packed house here at Doran Park. The 0-1 fouled away. 0-2 now.
And you best believe that none of that would ever happen at McKeon Park. Hyannis respects its opponents. Doesn't matter, it's a rivalry. There's, at least on the playing field, a level of mutual respect. Maybe the front office clearly disagrees on Bourne's side.
The 0-2 grounded between short and third, ranging over and bounced to Farrell. Riker Waite didn't have anything behind that throw. Bates legs out the infield single. This broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Any unauthorized duplication, retransmission, or other use is strictly prohibited. I mean, seriously, whoever was behind whatever that just was.
That's unbelievable. I mean, it's got to be some intern who had it up, chuckling to his buddy, and then the PA thing's grouped to the speaker. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Clay Thompson up, runner on first, nobody out, takes ball 1. That's something that the umpires don't expect to be handling either. Usually worrying about chirps from the dugouts, perhaps some fans, but the PA system's a whole different animal. The 1-0 pitch. Called strike, 1-1.
I mean, obviously not my money, but the best guess is probably the PA announcer. They're in charge of playing the music, stopping it, and the music was just turning off.
Stillman's 1-1. Bounces away from E-step, no advance from Charlie Bates. 2-1 count.
I think that's the right move, just to be extra careful. I mean, Hyannis has already run itself into an out a couple times today. That's really the last thing you can do here.
Two 2-1, way upstairs, 3-1. Thompson had to take a trip out of the batter's box to avoid the pitch, and E-step takes a trip to the mound with a 3-1 count. Still some life here from the Harbor Hawks faithful.
Sincerely apologize for the inappropriate audio that was played. It was not done by us. It was a system hack. It is actually not how we conduct things.
3-1 count, and the Braves PA announcer has announced a system hack as the reason that audio played. Which started a stoppage in play for a second before resuming here with a 3-1 count. Sure. The 3-1 swung on and missed, popped out of the glove of E-step. The count runs full.
System hack. Okay.
Hopefully they get to the bottom of this hack. That was one way to handle it.
Only hack was writing it on the keyboard and then playing it.
Full count. Stillman fires home. The full count pitch upstairs, ball 4. Runners on first and second base. Caden Miller taken out of the game. Tyler Lang will hit in his spot as a pinch hitter. The lefty Miller lifted for the righty Tyler Lang. Runners on first and second. Stillman in some trouble with nobody out. Tying run at the plate here in the top of the ninth. Count 1-0, pitch missed inside. Now a mound visit coming for the Bourne Braves. You might have been better off just keeping the PA system off for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean, the umpire said just turn it off, and I don't know what that was.
Not sure one bit. What we are sure of is a new pitcher's coming in here for the Braves. Stillman can't record an out in the top of the ninth. It'll be a new man to face Tyler Lang as we'll take a break here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
The Bourne Braves heading to the bullpen here, going back to a right-hander. After Aiden Stillman couldn't record an out here in the top of the ninth after going 2 strong innings in the 7th and 8th. 3 more outs to go, and it's the responsibility of Maddox Webb. The PA is back on as the umpire, Jeffrey Merzell, reminds the Bourne Braves to keep the PA off. You got to be careful about some system hacks around here.
Theoretically.
So Maddox Webb into the game here. 3 appearances in the summer regular season, going 5 1/3 innings to a 6.75 ERA. And he will face Tyler Lang, coming off the bench. Was set to face the lefty. But still, a big chance here. And still the man for the job for Hyannis. He's already officially entered this game. And we'll take this at bat with runners on first and second. Charlie Bates on second base, Clay Thompson on first base. Aiden Stillman responsible for the 2 runners on base. Maddox Webb trying to put a close to things here for the Braves and punch a ticket to the championship game. The first pitch upstairs. Counts 2-0. Your rare mid-at-bat pitching change. The 2-0 from Webb. Foul to the backstop.
Right on it.
2-1. The wind's blowing out towards left field. The 2-1. Sent to right center field, dropping fast. It will fall in for a single. The stop sign up at third base for Charlie Banks. And the go-ahead run to the plate, Andrew Lamb. He's been here before.
Here we go.
So Tyler Lang comes off the bench and comes through. And will now come out of the game. Pinch runner on for the Harbor Hawks as Matthew Minkler making his Cape League debut. Pinch runner represents the tying run on first base. Andrew Lamb, the lefty, gets to face a righty in Maddox Webb. 3-0 lead for Bourne can change in a swing of a bat. The pitch, a bunt shown, pulled back. It's ball one and no appeal. Estep was looking for it. It was never given. Matthew Minkler spent the most of the summer with the Vermont Mountaineers of the NECBL. The 1-0, big swing and a miss. Counts 1-1.
Lamb was not close to the fastball. Swung well on top of it and was tardy. I think if you're Maddox Webb, you want to try to challenge him again, but you just can't miss middle.
Minkler stole 37 bags in the NECBL this summer. The 1-1, a big swing and a miss. He was well under that pitch.
He did it again. I mean, he challenged him. That was a fastball of taking a strike at the top of the zone.
1-2 count now. I think Lamb might have a too big approach here.
On 2 strikes, his approach is going to shorten up, but I think before 2 strikes, he was trying to swing big.
Had a big double yesterday to make it a 1-run game. Now the 1-2 is fouled away. Lamb stays alive. It was the first pitch out of the bullpen in yesterday's game from Jackson Kircher. Sent to the left center gap. Scored 2 runs. Tyler Lang followed him then with the go-ahead single. Now Lang bats before him as Andrew Lamb with the 1-2 count. The pitch, breaking ball, misses outside. 2-2. As we have clashing chants between the Hawks and Braves fans here. Still nobody out in the top of the 9th. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Andrew Lamb goes down swinging for the first out. And Taylor Kirk steps up to the plate.
It was that fastball, Chaz. Lamb really struggled against it in that AB. He only made contact with it once. And now, Bourne 1 pitch away of getting out of this and heading to the championship.
The bases are still loaded. The Braves could spin a double play with the infield playing back. Taylor Kirk faces the first pitch, spits on the low but breaking ball. 1-0. Bases loaded with 1 out. 3-0 game. Kirk pops it up foul, heading out of play, and right towards our broadcast position as Quincy Bell can't catch it on the fly.
Come on, Quincy. I should have gone up and gone for it. Lackluster effort from our off-air broadcaster.
Should have had a glove on. It's a 1-1 count at the plate. Taylor Kirk still the go-ahead run. Henry Zener has taken the on-deck circle from Brody Briggs if the game reaches him. The 1-1's a called strike at the knees. 1-2 count now. The Harbor Hawks brought the go-ahead run to the plate last night in the 9th. The go-ahead run at the plate here in the 9th here tonight. They've had chances throughout the series. The biggest here to stay alive, the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball blocked up by Bryce Estep.
Wow. That saved a run. That was a pitch about 58 feet in. And it wasn't straight away. He had to really round his shoulder to smother it. Tell you what, catching is such a difficult position, and these guys make it look so easy. It's not.
2-2 count to Taylor Kirk. Webb's pitch. Grounded up the middle off of the leg of Webb, and it's a double play. 4-6-3 turn for the Bourne Braves with the assist from Webb, kicking it to Rustin Rigdon at second base. And it breaks the Braves' way, and they head to the championship to face off against Harwich. The Harbor Hawks have entertained us all summer long, and one last entertaining inning comes up short in a 3-0 loss here to the Braves.
Not a lot can be said except that this Harbor Hawks team was special. From game one, it proved to be a summer climbing out of a ditch, a really tough start to the year. They fought all season long. They had a lot of guys stick around the whole summer. These guys love each other. It's what summer ball is about, coming together with guys that you played against the entire season for one short stint. I got to say, it was one heck of a ride, and it was fun to watch.
2-0 sweep from the Bourne Braves, who just continue to have the Harbor Hawks number when it comes to the postseason. And the Bravos advance once again to the championship game. They'll take on Harwich. Max, who do you have in that?
I don't even know what to say. I guess Bourne. I mean, both teams have swept their way, so that series will start tomorrow. Wow. I don't know. I think Bourne has the history. It has the mindset to win this thing.
Well, that'll put an end to the 2026 season. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in, both home and road games, and allowed us into your lives. As that's the end of the 2026 summer, we'll say goodbye for one last time. For my broadcast partners, Quincy Bell and Max Schwartzberg, our producers, Hope Nolan and James Kluggish, and our sideline reporters, Sam Garini and Ethan Wax, I'm Charlie Adams for the final time in the 2026 season, saying so long.